Welcome to week one of the Friday Night High School Football Zone on WHHI-TV, and it's actually Saturday night because Friday night the 20th we were rained out for game one of Hilton Head High School versus Bluffton here at Hilton Head High Stadium, and we've got a new team with us this year we introduced last night. We've got Dale Planica to my right, who's going to be calling play-by-play for us. We got Chuck Zapek to my left, who's joined us for year 3 of the Friday Night High School Football Zone. And gentlemen, you couldn't start off the football season in 2010 in any better way than having these two rivals kick off game one of 2 games they're going to play this year. And as we talked a little bit last night, Dale, a lot of changes on both sidelines with coaches, players, schemes. We're going to start with Bluffton and their new coach, Coach Cribbs. He's got a lot of new systems to implement. He's got some talent. You were down on the field a little bit earlier tonight. What's your feeling for their team and how they're coming into this first game?
Well, John, in last year they were 3-7, and when you're 3-7 and 2-3 in your division, you really have to make some changes. And they brought in Ken Cribbs. Ken actually coached at Somerville before coming here. This will be his first year. Played some ball out at Coastal Carolina. He was a linebacker and a running back, and you can kind of see that linebacker mentality as we were talking to him today. He's going to introduce kind of a new wing T offense with a lot of motion, a lot of speed. That's his claim to fame, is that he's got a lot of speed on this team. However, I'm not sure the field's going to cooperate. We were out there walking around, and there are areas where it's still pretty wet. So that may tone down the speed a little bit. But he's very confident. They've got a new attitude. The team looks really good. And surprisingly, Chuck and I found out that he's really high on his special teams. Expect him to be really special this year. So, maybe it could end up coming down to a field goal late in the game.
Well, as we've seen for years and years and years, Chuck, special teams win and lose ball games. So if he's high on his special teams, soft field tonight after all the rain, that could absolutely be a factor.
It can too. Early in the season, I mean, for all intents and purposes, this is not a regional game. So high school football doesn't have preseason games, and these are non-region games. They don't count in the standings, but they do count when it comes to pride. As you mentioned, John, 2 games this year. We're going to call the first game the Brawl. That's the one between Hilton Head High and Bluffton. It's counted as a non-region game. The second game at the end of the year, we're going to call the Bowl. But the winds of change have hit Hilton Head High School a little bit different than at Bluffton. At Bluffton, there's a new coach, new offense, as Dale just said, right. New locker room, new jerseys. Here at Hilton Head High, they have different players. This is a young team. They were a young team last year, but at a few key positions, they had some seniors that they've lost. This year, is the challenge for Coach Singleton is replace those seniors with some younger players who are only sophomores that are going to come in and play at the skilled positions, the wide receivers and also the quarterback position, which we're going to see. The important thing to do early in the season when you're playing in these type of games is avoid the 3 deadly sins that'll kill you early in the year. The first deadly sin is turnovers. The second deadly sin are penalties. And the third one is some kind of special team type of play. And that's where I think the coaches are going to try to limit their offenses so that there aren't too many turnovers. Hopefully that the players won't be too fatigued and reach out and get holding calls and that sort of stuff. So I think we'll see a little bit better game than we've had in the past, particularly with an extra day rest. Last night we were supposed to have the game on air. We didn't, right, because of the storms we had and the lightning and everything. And I think I gave the kids an extra day rest because it's the first week of school. And I think everybody remembers what the first week of school is like. You're tired at the end of the week. So these kids got an extra night's sleep. So I think we're going to see a pretty good football game. And this may be a very competitive one where in the past it's not been that competitive between Hilton and High and Bluffton.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to talk in a little bit more detail about some of the key players for both teams coming into tonight's game. And stay with us for the pregame of Game 1 between Hilton Head High School and Bluffton. We'll be right back.
Take me to 5th and Grand as slowly as possible.
Get me to the airport and don't step on it.
Congress in Maine, and I'm not in a hurry.
The big, bold taste of the Angus Third Pounder and the classic taste of the Big Mac. So much flavor, you want to take your time with them.
Whatever you do, don't make that wet.
The simple joy of burgers.
I love progress. That's why I have Roadrunner High-Speed Online from Time Warner Cable. It's way faster than phone company high-speed DSL. You know those guys still use 100-year-old copper wire technology for their DSL internet? They must hate progress. I mean, who hates progress? Not this guy.
Internet that's way faster than DSL? The phone company doesn't have it. Time Warner Cable does. Get Roadrunner High-Speed Online for only $34.95 per month for 12 months.
Oh, salty dog. Oh, salty dog. You're sly as a fox, you salty dog. Captain Cherokee sitting in a tree, Kiwi waving back at me. I want you to be the salty dog. Oh, salty dog. Oh, salty dog. You're sly as a fox, you salty dog. Down southeast, sitting by the dock, singing a song about a salty dog. Honey, won't you be my salty dog?
Fact. Only an authorized BMW dealer can sell you a BMW certified pre-owned vehicle. HiltonHeadBMW.com. Only an authorized BMW dealer can provide 0.9 APR on nearly all 2007 and 2008 models, including 3, 5, and 7 series. Only an authorized BMW dealer provides BMW's certified pre-owned warranty of up to 6 years, 100,000 miles, plus the remaining full maintenance from BMW.
The ultimate driving machine at Hilton Head BMW, Highway 278 in Bluffton.
Welcome back for the pregame show of tonight's game between Hilton Head High School and the Bluffton Bobcats. And Dale Planica was on the field with us, with the teams earlier this evening, and spent a little time with the Bluffton coaching staff and got a feel for the quarterback situation. And it sounds like there's some confidence there in terms of executing their new offense.
Well, they do. They've actually they went through the preseason and were looking to start another fast quarterback and kind of do a lot of option plays with him. That's C.J. Frazier, but he broke his collarbone last week, and so they're going to start a sophomore, Corey Stoner, who's actually a transfer from Ohio, and so Corey will be starting at quarterback. Now he's got a good stable of running backs with him. He's got a fullback, Zach Scott, who they call Tex, and Zach will be leading the way and handling the ball going up the middle a lot. But then they've got two guys on the wings that are just really fast, Desmond Jenkins, number 8, and number 11, Eric Boyles. And Coach told me that what they want to do is they want to use the whole field from sideline to sideline. So we're going to try and they're going to try and use their speed to get to the outside and turn it upfield from there.
They're going to make them play the field on defense for the Hilton Head High School Seahawks. And speaking of Hilton Head High School, they've got a running back that transferred in this year that you think's got some pretty good potential.
A lot of speed, a lot of strength. That's Matt Beck's number 20. We're going to see him tonight. He plays principally as a tailback in the I formation, and he also plays a little bit of linebacker. But last year, when he was playing at Hilton Head Prep, he came in. He moved down from New Jersey. The coaches loved him, and in the first game we actually televised with Prep, he ended up pulling a hamstring, and that really hampered him throughout the season. He never fully recovered. But coming into tonight's game, he's by far their most aggressive and tough player. So they'll have another tough guy in front of him. Michael Fodia is the fullback. So between Fodia and Matt Beck's in the backfield, I think they'll be pretty strong between the tackles. A little bit different than last year. Last year, I think you got to give a lot of credit to Coach Singleton and what he did with that offense. They had 4 different quarterbacks last year, Dale, that they rotated in throughout the season, and they were still able to manage an average 30 points a game, and they threw the ball really well. This year, they're ushering in a new quarterback. That's Michael Julian. He's a sophomore. We were just down on the field. He stands about 6'4", a lot of legs. He's got a basketball type of body, and we'll see just how well that pays off for him tonight. We're real interested in seeing how he throws the football, whether he has the arm strength. As you know, Coach Singleton always likes to throw the football, and he's going to want to throw the ball deep very early. So we'll get the chance to see just how strong that arm is for Michael Julian very early on. Well,
it sounds to me like Hilton Head is going to have to run the football and run it effectively, not turn the ball over, to just keep their defense off the field. With the youth at quarterback, they're probably not going to have the quick strike capability that we saw last year, especially towards the end of the season.
You're right, too, and that's contributed to a high scoring average. The key, I think, in tonight's game is going to be how well that front five has jived for the Hilton Head Seahawks coming into the game. They've got the Hunter Anderson, who's a returning lineman, coming back. He was all region last year. It's really, how well they can block and open up those holes in the line for those running backs between the tackles that will determine just how much we'll see Michael Julian unleashed. I think early in the season, you don't want to expose him too much to the opportunity for too many turnovers.
I'll tell you what, folks, we hope that gives you a good idea of what's coming up. Kickoff is just around the corner for week 1 of the Friday Night High School Football Zone on WHHI.
Been in a wreck? Bring your car to H&H Auto Body at 17 Cardinal Road. At H&H Auto Body, you'll get a free estimate in their state-of-the-art facility. No matter the damage, the great team at H&H Auto Body will have your car looking great and back on the road in no time.
At 123 Drive Driving Academy, the goal is to help students become confident, cautious, and courteous drivers. They offer high-quality classroom and behind-the-wheel training with friendly, professional, and state-certified instructors who make learning easy and safe. Go to 123drivedrivingacademy.com for more information or call 263-5023 and mention the Friday Night Football Zone to receive $10 off your training session. When you're ready to get in the driver's seat, call 123 Drive Driving Academy.
Uniform Work and Sport is the Lowcountry's #1 stop for all your athletic uniform and equipment needs. Stop in now for football season and check out the new inventory of football gloves, pads, mouthpieces, shoulder pads, cleats, and so much more. And don't forget that Uniform Work and Sport is the area's #1 Under Armour dealer. Show your team spirit by visiting the fan gear section for Hilton Head Prep, Hilton Head Christian, and Hilton Head High School. Uniform Work and Sport is your year-round home for school uniforms, baseball and softball equipment, lacrosse equipment, and so much more.
Welcome. I'm Sandra Benson, owner of Custom Audio Video, your technology specialist. Custom Audio Video introduces discrete display mirror televisions. Tired of peeping out of the bathroom door to see the TV in the bedroom? It's a mirror, it's a TV. With Custom Audio Video and Sora, you don't have to choose between beauty and technology because image is everything. Call Custom Audio Video and let our CDS certified staff show you the latest in innovation. Custom Audio Video, your technology specialist.
My husband and I, we don't always agree on decorating decisions. But he did make a huge improvement upstairs in the attic. Just by adding insulation, he saved us $240 last year on our heating and cooling. It's a work in progress. What can you do? Find out at togetherwesave.com.
Find out how little changes add up. Visit palmetto.coop. We are Palmetto Electric Cooperative, your touchstone energy partner.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Friday Night Football Zone, the 2010 kickoff version. Here, a special Saturday night edition. I'm Dale Planica, doing the play-by-play this evening, along with my color commentator, Chuck Zapak.
Dale, welcome to the Friday Night Football Zone. We get a real brawl going on tonight. Two rivals, Bluffton versus Hilton Head High.
It's going to be quite a game. A lot of young people out there tonight. A lot of rookies, a lot of sophomores and freshmen and juniors. Both squads looking to replace a number of players. We're ready set to kick this thing off, Chuck.
Yep.
Weston Mott will be approaching it for Hilton Head. Here he goes.
And he can put it back into the end zone, Dale, as he did last year. He starts off this new season. Dale Mott's able to put it back in the end zone in high school football. Once it goes into the end zone, you cannot run it back out.
And Bluffton will start at their own 20, 1st and 10. Bluffton will set up with a Corey Stoner at quarterback tonight. Corey is a junior. He's a transfer from Ohio. And he'll have quite a backfield working with him tonight.
Let's set that defensive line after this first play here, Dale. As Bluffton comes out in the flex bone offense.
Motion to the right, and the pitch out to the right. And again, they start going wide. There's a flag on the play.
Well, Dale, as I mentioned in the pregame show, what you want to look out for early on in the season, in the first game of the year, are the 3 deadly sins. And that being turnovers, the second one being penalties, and the third one being the kicking game. And right away we see a penalty on the very first play.
It looks like a block in the back called against Bluffton. And that's going to set them back probably half the distance here to the goal.
You know, one of the offenses that have really taken hold here in the South in particular is the flex bone, which is really just a variation of the wishbone offense. They run the triple option where the quarterback takes a snap from the center and they make a fake to the fullback coming through the center, and then they try to get the ball in the corner either with the quarterback running it themselves or pitching it to the trailing tailback. And that's an offense that was made famous here in the South at Georgia Southern by Paul Johnson, who's now the head coach at Georgia Tech. And he had a lot of success at running out offense when he was at the Naval Academy. And it looks like it's filtered down here in the South to a lot of the high school football teams too.
It'll be 1st and 21. Bluffton, again motion. And running wide left, but not getting very far.
Well, let's set that defensive line for the Hilton Head Seahawks. Number 7'8", that's Melvin Fields. He's a junior, 6 feet, 255 pounds. Number 70 is Donnell Marshall. He's one of the defensive tackles. He's 5'11", 225 pounds. Number 55 is Luke Barness, 6'2", 200-pound junior. And number 34 is Timmy Rivers. He's a senior, 6 feet, 190 pounds.
Here's the first pass of the game. Got a man wide open. That's Boyles. Eric Boyles takes it down inside to about the 26-yard line.
And you'll see here, this is just a throw to the inside receiver. Boyles is wide open. He's a junior. He makes a fine catch. Good throw by Stoner. That's surprising to see his first throw of the year. This is a kid that really hasn't had many reps as a quarterback because he was a second-team quarterback until the injury to C.J. Frazier just last week.
And Tony Clark made the stop for the Seahawks. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 4 yards to go here. Early in the first quarter. Stoner under center. Again, motion. Gives it off to the fullback. That's number...
Well, here you see a little misdirection play here. You see the motion going there, and then there's a handoff. It's an inside handoff. It kind of sneaks it in behind him. The quarterback runs behind the fullback, and you'll see him just sneak the ball to him, and it really fooled the defense there, and it's enough yardage to pick up the first down. That's a Walgreens first down.
A Walgreens first down. 1st and 10 for Bluffton. And we've got flags, and someone jumped a little bit early there.
Dale, let's finish out some of the other defenders for the Seahawks at Hilton Head High. Number 16 is Raheem Williams. He moves into the middle linebacker spot, vacated by Jack Duane. Number 31, that's Jacob Lewis. He's the outside linebacker. And number 53, that's Taylor Place. He's a junior, 6'1", 185 pounds.
Well, the call went against the Seahawks, an offsides call. So it'll be 1st and 5. The ball resting at about the 37-yard line. Again, there's the motion. And an inside handoff right up the middle. And again, that's the fullback, Zach Scott. And it's enough for another Walgreens first down.
He just bulls over. Watch this. He's able to run over the middle linebacker who makes good contact, and he just plows him right over, pancakes him, and runs. Zach Taylor runs right over him for the first down. That's a good sign for Bluffton to have somebody able to just dominate the opposing player and run over for a first down. Great run.
1st and 10, 9:35 here in the first quarter of play. Inside handoff again, and running wide is Eric Boyles. Boyles, a junior.
Wow,
And that's another Walgreens first down.
A lot of confidence here early on with Bluffton. And they run the ball, a little deceptive move. This time number 11 comes in motion. They fake the football to the fullback, and they hand it off to number 11 coming through almost like a reverse just about. He's able to pick up 8 yards.
Kind of jumped the gun on the Walgreens first down there. Oh, and speaking of jumping the gun, the defense is in the backfield before the snap. Let's see what the call is. And that'll be offsides against the Seahawks. And that will be a first down at the 40-yard line of the Seahawks, a Walgreens first down.
Dale, you weren't too early. You knew what was going to happen. Good vision.
Stoner under center. Again, motion to the right. Gives it up the middle once again. And one of the wing backs. That again is number 11, Eric Boyles.
Well, you see here, again, another deceptive move by the quarterback who fakes his pitch, hands the ball back inside, and one of the wing backs comes in. It's almost like a pulling guard and throws a block. It goes for just a short gain, but it really sets up the next play, which is the quarterback to keep the ball.
And here's the handoff, this time to Desmond Jenkins, number 8. And he brings it down all the way down inside the 30-yard line to about the 24 for a Walgreens first down.
That's Taylor Place that comes on number 53. He makes a fine tackle here. But once again, you'll see that they get a key block on the corner by their offensive tackle. And again, it looks like they have a good off-season training program at Bluffton because they're breaking tackles and running over some of the Seahawk defenders.
They've been marching it right downfield, one pass and all runs. First and 10. And again, we've got flags on the play.
Well, that motion is confusing. This is a legal procedure, but it's looks like the timing for the offense is just off a little bit for Bluffton early on. Dale, let me just complete the secondary for the Seahawks. Playing at free safety is Kevin Chapman tonight. He's a 5'11", 155-pound junior. You've got number 5 is Raheem Williams. Number 6 is Tony Clark. And then number 1, Shakane Simmons, a junior, 6'2", 170 pounds, is a free safety.
Again, Boyles is in motion. Here's another pass. It is intercepted. That's Shakane Simmons, number 1 for the Seahawks.
Shakane Simmons makes a play here, but you'll see an inside receiver is wide open down here. Somebody missed an assignment. 2 people run after that, after the wide receiver. Shakane Simmons makes a great catch at the top, but had the quarterback look downfield, they had a wide open inside receiver for a touchdown. Great play by Simmons, though.
So the Seahawks take over here, first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Quarterback just made the wrong read. He threw it to the guy who had 2 people covering him.
There's Michael Julian, a sophomore for the Seahawks. The pitch back. That goes to Matt Bex. Matt Bex, a transfer from Hilton Head Prep.
Yeah, Matt Bex played for Hilton Head Prep last year. He came down from New Jersey and started off at Prep. Last year, unfortunately, he had an injury in the first game of the year. He pulled a hamstring, but he has a lot of potential. I think he's one of the stronger players in the team and one of the faster players in the Seahawk lineup.
Okay, it'll be second down. No gain on the play. Bex will be behind the fullback, Fodia. It's Mike Fodia. Back to pass is Julian. And it is complete to number 14, Desmond Bush.
Well, that's a good call by Coach Tim Singleton. The first pass in Michael Julian's career up under center, he makes it a rollout, so he's able to get his feet and cut underneath him. He's a basketball player, and then he gets to turn the field a little bit, cuts it in half, and this time he makes a nice strike to the wide receiver, who's pretty close to a first down, but nice pass, entering the first pass for Michael Julian, the sophomore.
Well, it's going to be third down and about 1.5 yards to go. The ball resting at the 35-yard line of Hilton Head. Again, the I formation. Bex has it. Takes it outside, and it's going to be close to a first down. Let's see where they mark it.
I think you got it, Dale.
Well, you know what that means. It's another Walgreens first down.
Pitch on the corner by Bex. Some good hard running. This is what the coaches liked about him a lot, is just how tough a kid Matt Bex is.
By the way,
it's he stepped out of bounds. They didn't make it. Or they did, okay.
By the way, tonight's broadcast is brought to you by McDonald's Restaurants of Bluffton and Hilton Head. Cool down with a refreshing smoothie from McDonald's. Available in wild berry or strawberry banana for just $2.29 for a small size. McDonald's, I'm loving it. You're watching the Friday Night Football Zone
on WHHI-TV.
If you are searching for a professional interior and exterior home painting company committed to providing an exceptional job done right the first time, call Kirby Enterprises. Attention to detail, strong work ethics, and old-fashioned integrity makes doing business with Ron and Sean Kirby as easy as it can be. They are also your go-to guys for window cleaning, deck staining, pressure washing, crown molding, and more. Call 304-6111 and get the job done right. Kirby Enterprises. They guarantee it. Don't cut corners on electrical work. Be safe and call Jackson Maintenance and Electrical for new installations, electrical repair, or even if you just need a new fan or lighting fixture installed. Fully licensed, insured, experienced, and local. The Jackson family team provides affordable, friendly service, doing the job right the first time, and maintaining a long list of happy clients in Bluffton, Hilton Head, and Sun City. Call 757-3273 for Jackson Maintenance and Electrical.
Okay, we're back, and just missed the first play here. It was a long pass from Julian downfield to number 10. That's Robert Aiulo, and Robbie just couldn't quite come up with it. But it was about a 30-yard pass, and looked pretty good, strong arm there, Chuck.
Yeah, Dal. They have two sophomore wide receivers this year. They're really high on Robbie Aiulo, number 10. There's also Adam Lorishek, who's the other wide receiver. They're a little bit different than last year. They lost some really key players, Clifford Morris and Jaqueen Cohen, to name two of their wide receivers who are not here this year.
Okay, a little bit of an option play there on 2nd and 10, and that was going nowhere. Bex got nailed in the backfield. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 14 yards to go.
Well, this isn't really well timed at all. Julian comes down the line, and the block doesn't occur on the outside, and that's the reason why Bex had nowhere to go. You needed to get the fullback to take out the cornerback who made the tackle.
It's going to be 3rd and 13. It's a long 13. And again, they're in a shotgun formation, trying to get their players straight. The snap goes over his head, but picked up nicely by Julian. He's got a man wide open, and it's going to be, looks like it's going to be enough for a first down, and they gave him possession. Julian caught the ball and was able to jump on it afterwards.
Wow, look at Michael Julian use his athletic ability here. He has to chase down a snap that goes over his head. He's able to pick it up. Usually what they try to coach quarterbacks to do is just to fall on it and, live another day and punt the ball away. This time he gets a lucky bounce, comes right back to him, and now he turns his shoulders, looks downfield, finds a wide open receiver that was caused by some of the chaos that by that snap. A fumble occurs, and somehow
it's Robbie Aiulo.
They're able to retain possession.
Yep, Robbie jumps on it, and that brings up another Walgreen first down. The ball's resting at the 49-yard line of Bluffton as both teams seem to be able to move it up and down the field so far. Turnover was costly for Bluffton. Julian is now under center. Again, a quick pass, and he's got his man. That's Desmond Bush, number 14. A pickup of about 7 on the play.
Yeah, it's a quick little slant play they run off here. It's just a fake to the fullback, and then that sucks in the linebacker, and he's able to find the slot back. That's number 14, Desmond Bush, who makes. Last year they made got a lot of use out of that play. They had some wide receivers, Lawrence Jenkins, Clifford, and also Clifford Morrow, who would turn those into big plays, and that's what they're hoping to do this year. Take the ball to Desmond Bush on short passes and let him bake and shake and go for the big play.
It'll be second and about 6. We got 4:13 to go here in the first quarter of play. No score. There's a give to the fullback. That's Mike Fodia. And Mike takes it up for a couple of yards. It's going to bring up a third down.
Yeah, number 26, Mike Fodia. He's a senior. He's one of the captains of the team, Dale. And we saw him last year develop as a junior in the play here and getting some playing time. And this year he's a starter and one of the leaders of the team.
Well, it's going to be third down. By the way, again, tonight's game is brought to you by Time Warner Cable, the power of you. It's going to be third and about 2.5 yards to go here. Ball at the 42-yard line of Bluffton. Julian checks out the defense. And a little option play is going to keep it. Gets away from one, and we've got a flag on the play also. Looks like he might have the first down, but let's see what the flag is.
Yeah, usually where that flag is thrown, it's usually a holding call. Here you see Julian runs a fake. Looks like somebody went the wrong way. The fullback went the wrong way, but he's able to get the ball in the corner, use his athletic ability to break one tackle, not quite the leg strength to break that second tackle. You know, he's only a sophomore. He's just 15 years old, and they're able to bring him down. But looks like they're going to be marching the ball back anyway, Dell. Holding on the Seahawks. While we have a chance, give me an opportunity, take an opportunity here, Dale, to introduce our officials for tonight's game. The umpire is Lewis Grant from Warrenville, South Carolina. The linesman is Dennis Thompson, also from Warrenville. Line judge is Attorney Burton from Beaufort. Referee is Jerry Hart from Beaufort. And the back judge is Darren Vaughn, also from Beaufort, South Carolina.
It'll be third and a long 8. Julian's back to pass. He throws it back across the field, and it's smelled out by Bluffton, and they snuffed that play at about the 50-yard line. Basically no gain on the play.
Little misdirection screen here where they run the fullback into the line, and then he sets. They make a throwback to the tight end. Ill-advised to float that ball up there, Dale. I don't know.
He just didn't get there quick enough. Kind of a lob pass in basketball, I think.
Well,
here's a punting situation.
They lost last year's punter, who was All-State, and Jeff Homad. Now they got another quarterback punting. That's Michael Julian, the starting quarterback, who's punting for the Seahawks tonight.
And Eric Boyles will be back deep to receive. And it's a good high kick. Boyles takes it at about his 30. Goes right up the gut. And brings it across the 32. We got a flag on the play. Tonight's game, again, is brought to you by Salty Dog Cafe. Get your Salty Dog t-shirt at the Salty Dog T-Shirt Factory, located at South Beach Marina or on Arrow Road. Also available anytime at www.saltydog.com. Salty Dog Cafe t-shirts will suit you to a T.
Well, Dale, Michael Julian, only a sophomore, 6'4", 185 pounds. He's proven already he's a triple threat. Can run with the ball, pass the ball, and punt it.
Well, Bluffton takes the ball back here after the penalty, which occurred after the possession change. So Bluffton will retain the ball, but they're down at their 20-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 at about their 20. Again, lots of motion, and unfortunately one of the linemen were in motion, and that's not ever good.
Yeah, you don't want to run a misdirection fake to one of your linemen, and that's what happens here with the procedure penalty against Bluffton. But as we spoke about in the pregame show, you really have to avoid those 3 deadly sins: turnovers, penalties, and mistakes in the kicking game. They'll kill you early in the season.
It's still first down, but it'll be 1st and 15. Just about 2:10 to go here in the first quarter of play. Again, the motion, and now another flag, and looked like maybe Hilton had jumped that time, but I don't want to prejudge the referees.
Well, the call is going against the Seahawks.
Tonight's game is brought to you by H&H Auto. It's customer friendly, guaranteed quality, the #1 place for auto sales and service on Hilton Head. And by Hilton Head BMW, your Lowcountry luxury leader. They got back to 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 again. And there's a handoff up the middle. That's Eric Boyles, number 11.
Well, we've seen this play a few times already, where they fake the pitch and they make an inside handoff, and they almost run a trap block with the other slot back coming over across the center to make it. You'll see right here on the right-hand side, you'll see that the block's being made, and then Boyles cuts it to the left, a little misdirection play, and he's able to pick up a couple yards on that play.
Well, he picked up about 7. It's going to be 2nd and 3. And the ball is at the 26-yard line. We're coming down to the end of the first quarter here, about 1:20 to go. Okay, this time they hand it out wide, and there's another flag on the play. I think they may bring this one back. I think it was Jenkins, number 8, the ball carrier.
A lot of speed there by Jenkins. We saw him last year. Desmond Jenkins, a senior, 5'8", 150 pounds. Not all that big, but he's got a lot of speed.
And they're going to bring it back, though, with the penalty.
Well, as we talked about in the pregame show, there's really not a preseason for high school football, and looks like they're working out the kinks. We're getting the officials in shape anyway, throwing flags and picking them up.
Well, as you know, Chuck, it always works well when you're playing against your own team, because you kind of know they know what you're doing, but once you get out there live action against another team, it's a different story altogether.
Well, the referee, Jerry Hart, he's the guy wearing the white hat back there. He's getting a lot of activity tonight.
We may have to give him a microphone. It's 2nd down and about 20. There's a throwback. That's a pickup across the 30, across the 20 rather, but the 22-yard line. Almost back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, a little misdirection again. A lot of misdirection here by Bluffton. They're faking a pitch to the left and throw back to the back, running to the right. Nice job there of setting up the blocks, and they got a pretty good gain out of it. Now it's a makeable 3rd down.
Taylor Place on the stop from the linebacker position for the Seahawks. It's going to be 3rd and about 8. 31 seconds left to go here in the first quarter of play. No score. There's a bit right over the middle, and this could go. This is going to go all the way.
Wow.
That's a touchdown for Desmond Jenkins.
Desmond Jenkins comes out of the slot formation that they're running. You'll see him just run straight up the field. The Seahawks play a zone defense. This time it looks like they got sucked in a little bit. Free safety got up a little short, not able to defend the receiver once he caught the ball and had a straight beeline to the goal line.
Nobody touched him, and that's that speed that Coach Cribbs talked about before the game. All right, we get a little Little wrinkle to their point after attempt here. Elise Sprouse is the kicker. Kick is up, and it is good. So with just over 13 seconds left to go here in the first quarter of play, Bluffton gets on the scoreboard first. They lead it 7-0. You're watching the Friday Night Football Zone
on WHHI-TV.
At Heaven's Best, we've made a name for ourselves by combining unbeatable results with attention to service. Our unique dry in 1 hour process has helped us become the #1 carpet cleaner in America. If you're looking for a clean, trained technician who will give his very best for your home, don't settle for less. Choose Heaven's Best.
For carpet upholstery and house cleaning that's simply Heaven's Best, call 815-2378 today.
Okay, we're back with 13 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. Bluffton leads at 7-0, and Bluffton will be kicking off. A big play strike from Bluffton. Kick looks like it's going to be... Oh, we got a flag down. And the kick went out of bounds.
Dale, that was about a 65-yard touchdown right there from Stoner to Desmond Jenkins for the first score of tonight's game.
We're going to re-kick it here. And tonight's action is brought to you by Walgreens. Flu shots are now available at every Walgreens store every day. At Walgreens, there's a way to stay well. And by Uniform Work and Sport, Lowcountry's source for school uniforms, sports equipment, and much, much more. Stop in now and check out their huge selection of football, baseball, and lacrosse gear. Uniform Work and Sports. Here's a kick. It's going to come down at about the 25-yard line. And taking it right up the middle is number 20. That's Matt Becks. Takes it out to about the 40.
Well, we saw a little breakdown there Dale, by the Seahawks defense and allowed that long touchdown strike. But I thought that was really well set up by the offense of Bluffton. They kept on running that same action, and finally they pulled the ball out and hit on a short slant pattern right over the middle for the touchdown.
Well, it's going to be 1st and 10 here. We got about 9 seconds to go here. It's at the 42-yard line for the Seahawks. Julian goes under center, and again he's got the I formation. Bex gets the handoff and goes nowhere. And that's going to end the first quarter of play here with a score. The Bobcats 7, the Seahawks nothing. You're listening to the Friday Night Football Zone
on WHHI-TV.
Island Builders is a full-service general contractor that has specialized in home improvements for 27 years. From new bathrooms, kitchens, windows, and doors to additions, they do it all. Plus, Paul Matheson is a certified green professional, able to incorporate green building principles into his homes without driving up the cost of construction. There's no better time to begin that remodeling project on your list, and there's no better professional to turn to than Paul Matheson with Island Builders of Hilton Head. Call him today at 681-8823.
For graphics, printing, and mailing services all under one roof, Omega Graphics is your only source on the island. We're local, environmentally friendly, and save our customers time and money.
We use Omega Graphics exclusively for our publication needs, and Omega Graphics helps us deliver that quality product the 15th of every month. We are very pleased with the services of Omega Graphics.
Call us for all your design, print, and mailing needs at 342-6360.
In the laundry room, Mark Olson is joined by that woman from 3C. He's tried before to engage her.
It's supposed to be kind of windy today.
But today, he's ready.
You heard about McDonald's dollar menu at breakfast?
She's interested. They talk about the savory sausage McMuffin, the hearty sausage burrito, the premium roast coffee, McDonald's dollar menu at breakfast. A common interest. Something to build on.
This could be our song.
Nobody makes breakfast like McDonald's.
We are back. Second quarter just underway here. The Seahawks at their own 42-yard line. And this time Julian gets sacked in the backfield. He gets dragged down.
Runs down the line option, takes a direct snap from the center, comes down the line, Dale, and he's supposed to option off the defensive end. Nobody blocks him, which is, you don't want to block him. So this time one of the interior defensive linemen are able to get his hands and wrestle Michael Julian to the ground.
Julian checks with the sideline. It's going to be third down, and we got a third and almost 20 here. We'll see if they try and put it up or stay conservative. I formation. Julian looks right across the middle. Almost picked off. Intended for Robert Aiello, but we got a flag.
Well, that was deadly sin number one. Almost came back to haunt him with a turnover there. Ball was dropped. Looks like there's some kind of personal foul going against Bluffton. That's going to give the Seahawks a first down. Dale, while we have a break here, I give a chance. I'd like to introduce the defensive line for the Bluffton Bobcats. It's Ladarius Hughes, number 58, and number 55, Anthony Gardner, defensive tackles. The defensive ends, these are strange numbers. Number 1, B.J. Kitty is the defensive end, and number 4, Alfonso Powell is the other defensive end.
Well, it was a personal foul. Looks like an unsportsmanlike conduct call after the play. And they're going to march it off here, and I believe it's an automatic. Well, I don't want to say it just yet here, but we'll see. It's marched out to the 49-yard line, and they're saying it's not a first down.
You know, they're supposed to, the Bluffton and Hilton had our meeting twice this year. The first game, I think we should call the brawl, and that's what it looks like. We're getting personal fouls. The last game of the year, which is a regional game, I think we should call it the Bridge Bowl. What do you think, Dale?
I think you're right, and this might turn into a brawl yet. Who knows? It's going to be fourth down, and Hilton Head's going to go for it. It's a snap. Julian goes back to pass. Looks like he's setting up a screen, but he's got no one to throw it to, and that's going to be incomplete.
Well, you know, it's times that the switch really makes the quarterback, and in this case, Michael Julian goes back, and he thinks that there's nobody there to throw the screen to, but he was there. Backpedaled a little too far and just made an errant pass to the outside where there was no one. And the ball goes over to Bluffton Bobcats with good field position now.
They're at the 49-yard line of Hilton Head. Again, tonight's game is brought to you by Hilton Head BMW, your Lowcountry luxury leader. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. Again, the motion and the handoff inside. That's Zach Scott. They call him Tex.
Well, it looks like they're going to just run the ball up the gut at him. You know, this is a brand new coach, as we mentioned before, Ken Cribb, coming over from Stall to Bluffton. He installed a new offense. He installed a new locker room. They have new jerseys, and it looks like they're taking to it. And he's also started a new off-season training program. And that's really where I think you make your biggest advancement is with young players getting an opportunity to gain strength and power for all their weightlifting they've done in the offseason.
It'll be 2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line. We got a timeout? Timeout called by Bluffton.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a timeout here on the field. This is the Friday Night Football Zone
on WHHI-TV.
Right now, I'm dominating, but Ed's trying to throw me off my game. I know because I have caller ID on PC with Time Warner Cable. Phone rings, number pops up. Phone company doesn't have it. Also, I get home voicemail to email. It's like living in the future. Hopefully not a future dominated by cyborg wolf spiders. But if it is, call this guy.
Caller ID on PC? The phone company doesn't have it. Time Warner Cable does. Get digital home phone from Time Warner Cable for only $19.95 per month for 12 months.
We're back here in the second quarter. The Bobcats of Bluffton leading Hilton Head 7-0. 10:20 to go here in the second quarter. And if you just joined us late, it was a 78-yard pass play by Bluffton that put them on the scoreboard. Bluffton has the ball inside the territory of the Seahawks. And they're running a lot of motion, a lot of different wrinkles off the motion. And we'll see how the teams adjust as they go forward. There's the handoff to one of the wings, and he could be gone. Once again, that's number 8, Desmond Jenkins. That's his second touchdown of the night.
Well, they just run a double team on the defensive end here. Watch, you'll see that the handoff goes to Jenkins, who's in motion. Number 8 has all the speed. Look at him just smash up there. The block gets on the linebacker. The block gets on the defensive end. And now he just uses that great speed that Desmond Jenkins has. And it's a straight path to the goal line. Once again, nobody within any yardage of Desmond Jenkins is scoring his second touchdown of the night.
And they go for 2 points and convert it. And so the Bobcats jump on top of Hilton Head here, 15-0. And you're watching the Friday Night Football Zone
on WHHI-TV.
Oh, salty dog, oh, salty dog, you're sly as a fox, you salty dog. Captain Cherokee sitting in a tree, kiwi waving back at me. Honey, won't you be the salty dog? Oh, salty dog, oh, salty dog, you're sly as a fox, you salty dog. Down southeast, sitting by the dock, singing a song about a salty dog. Honey, won't you be the salty dog?
We're back here at Community Stadium, where tonight the Seahawks are being too good of a host to the Bobcats from Bluffton, as Bluffton leads them 15-0. 2 big plays, both by number 8, Desmond Jenkins. He's a senior, and boy, he is quick. The Bobcats will kick off. Matt Bex is deep for the Seahawks. Kick is short.
Well covered by the special teams. What we talked about earlier was avoid turnovers, penalties, and to have big plays in the special teams area. And Bluffton's done just that. They avoided turnovers. They'd have a couple penalties. Looks like the Seahawks have more penalties than the Bobcats. And I think that's one of the reasons why they're up 15-0. You know, that 2-point conversion, which we barely saw there at the end before the commercial break. They ran that out of their shift where they line up on the left-hand side of the field and shift back to the middle of the field to kick the extra point. There they just snapped the ball directly to the up back who ran it in for the 2-point conversion. And that's the reason why they're up 15-0 right now.
They caught him napping. And now Julian's in the shotgun formation. And he's in trouble. And we've got a flag as well. Julian's dragged down inside the 10-yard line, but we got a flag on the play.
That's right in the area we're holding, and it's holding against the Seahawks. You know, the Seahawks really are rebuilding their offense. Last year they had a young team, but they had a couple key seniors in some good positions, wide receivers and running backs in particular. This year they're replacing those players with some younger players that we've seen already. They have 2 sophomore wide receivers and they have a sophomore quarterback. I think it's going to take a little bit. It looks like it's going to take them a little bit of time to get going here.
Well, holding was the call, but it was declined. They're going to take the result of the play, which was a loss for the Seahawks, back to the 10-yard line. They've got to get across the 30 to get a first down. It's going to be second and about 20. Now Julian goes under center. The I formation. Gives it to the up back. That's the fullback.
That's just a dive play to Michael Fodia right up the middle. Didn't fool anybody. Certainly not the Bluffton defense.
We got about 9:30 to go here. It's going to be third down for the Seahawks, and they need about 16 yards to go here.
You know what? The Bluffton Bobcat linebackers had a pretty good season last year. That's 54 Michael Grant and number 53 Lewis Black, and looks like they're off to another good start this season.
Again, the shotgun formation. Got a back behind him, and he's going to pitch it. And that's Bex trying to get to the outside. And doesn't quite turn the corner. Picked up a couple of yards, but it's going to bring up fourth down. It's going to be fourth and about 11 yards to go. 12 yards to go. 4th and 12.
Yeah, when that play, Dale, the Bluffton Bobcats are lined up in a 4-4. They're just stacking their 2 inside linebackers over the defensive tackle. So they got 8 players inside the defensive in the tackle box. And didn't fool anybody. And 54, Michael Grant made a nice tackle on the outside on Matt Bex.
And now we've got a timeout. Timeout is called by Hilton Head. You're watching the Friday Night Football Zone
on WHHI-TV.
Fact, only an authorized BMW dealer can sell you a BMW certified pre-owned vehicle. HiltonHeadBMW.com. Only an authorized BMW dealer can provide 0.9 APR on nearly all 2007 and 2008 models, including 3, 5, and 7 series. Only an authorized BMW dealer provides BMW's certified pre-owned warranty of up to 6 years, 100,000 miles, plus the remaining full maintenance from BMW.
The ultimate driving machine at Hilton Head BMW, Highway 278 in Bluffton.
Okay, we're back here in the second quarter, 8:11 to go, and the Seahawks facing an uphill battle here as the Bobcats have scored twice on big plays, and the Seahawks are struggling. Michael Julian in his first game as a quarterback, and he's also the punter, and he'll be punting here on 4th down. It'll be 4th and 12.
2 big touchdown strikes, 78-yard pass from Corey Stoner to Desmond Jenkins. And then Jenkins breaks off a 35-yard run up the middle that led to that gave him the 2 touchdown lead.
Good high punt. It hits and is down at about the 40-yard line. It's going to be good field position again for the Bobcats as they take over at the 40-yard line of the Seahawks.
You know, Dale, last year they had an all-state punter in Jeff Homad who averaged over 40 yards a punt. This year, it's Michael Julian taking over as not only his quarterback, but also the punter.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Kirby Enterprises, professional interior and exterior home painting, pressure washing, and much more, with guaranteed satisfaction. And by Omega Graphics, for graphics, printing, and mailing services, all under one roof. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. And we got a flag. There's more laundry here than in my laundry room, Chuck.
Well, this one's going to be a legal procedure called against Bluffton.
That'll back them up 5, and it'll make it 1st and 15. The ball spotted at the 45-yard line of Hilton Head.
You know, you got to give a lot of credit to the coaching staff at Bluffton that they lost their starting quarterback just a week ago to a shoulder separation. That was C.J. Frazier, and now they're putting in a Corey Stoner, just a junior.
And we've got another flag and another procedure penalty. They had 2 guys moving that time, and one of them wasn't a lineman either.
It's arena football. You can get all the guys you want in motion you want.
Well, you know, it's early. It's the first game of the season, and both teams, you know, a little nervous out there. A lot of young guys again, and they're just trying to get the kinks worked out. I think we're going to see a much cleaner second half. 8:03 to go here in the second quarter. Motion again, and here's Corey Stoner keeps it, and this time Hilton Head's not fooled. Looks like Timmy Rivers made the stop there from the linebacker position. And
he comes up in that number 16. That's Raheem Williams. He's the middle linebacker. Took over from Jack Duane, who made so many great plays last year at middle linebacker for the Seahawks. Raheem Williams this year has moved from nose guard to the middle linebacker position. He got in and made the tackle on that play.
2nd and 24. I'm not sure that there's a play in the playbook for that. But there's a pickup right up the middle. That's going to be, I believe, a fullback.
Well, Bluffton's doing a good job of keeping this Hilton Head on their heels a little bit. They're going on quick counts and they're able to hand the ball straight up the gut to the fullback. Other times they go a little longer count when they put a man in motion, and it's able to draw them off sides.
3rd and 15, and we got a timeout. We got a timeout on the field. The score, Bluffton 15, Hilton Head nothing. You're watching the Friday Night Football Zone
on WHHI-TV.
H&H Auto Service is the home of the free inspection. H&H has been voted #1 on Hilton Head Island and Small Business of the Year. H&H provides quality service for alignments, preventative and routine maintenance, and much more. Looking for an affordable car? H&H Auto is your full-service dealer. All pre-owned cars are certified and come with a warranty. Everybody rides at H&H Auto because they finance in-house. Whether your car needs to look its best, run its best, or if you just need a new one, count on H&H to get you where you need to go.
We are back, and the Seahawks looking at a 15-0 deficit here on their home field as we come up 6:47 to go here in the first half of play. You want to stay tuned at halftime for the Walgreens halftime show. The play on the field, we've got 3rd and 15 for the Bobcats as they resume after their timeout. So Coach Cribbs comes out, gives them a play. Let's see how it works out for him. 3rd and 15, you got to dig pretty deep in the playbook for that one, don't you, Chuck?
Well, I think they'll just go back to the well and run something on the corner.
There's a little shuffle pass.
Well, like I said, Dale, I thought they'd go back to the well and throw a little shuttle pass up the middle.
Eric Boyle's on the catch, but it's not going to be enough for a first down. It takes it inside to about the 35-yard line. It's going to be 4th down coming up.
Well, I tell you what, if he zigs left rather than zigs right, he might have picked up that first down. He had a block there right on the safety. He might still be running.
And wait a minute, we're replacing a player here. It looks like he's a little bit injured, but he's coming off the field under his own power. It's going to be 4th down.
They're in four down territory, and they're going to go for it.
4th and 6.
Oh, no, they're going to punt. I'm sorry. They got a punter in there. It looks like they were lined up initially to run a play. They still might. They surprised us already with a 2-point conversion.
Well, they certainly have everyone on the Hilton Head sideline confused. Now we've got the right players out there. They don't think they're going to do it. Oh, they fake the punt. Trying to get around the end.
Wow.
It's number 8.
Great play to get the ball to Desmond Williams. This is what I was looking for earlier, Dale, is find a player that can dominate on the field for one over the other, and that's how you win football games early in the year. You don't win it by motivation and getting players all excited about the game. You get it by being flat out better and dominating one of the positions. And right now what we're seeing is Desmond Bush, number 8, is dominating, the dominant player on the field. 2 touchdowns and a very key first down to keep this drive alive.
He takes it all the way to the 26-yard line where it's another Walgreens first down. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. And a flag. A couple of flags.
Well, that motion seems to be getting... Each team is a little bit confused by that motion.
Well, it's a hard thing to... the discipline is what's really hard thing to control here. Because you see somebody move and you catch it out of the corner of your eye and you want to get in there and so you're jumping. And looks like it's going to go against Hilton Head for offsides. So it'll be 1st and 5.
What a performance so far, though, by number 8. He's doing a great job, Desmond Jenkins.
There's Jenkins again, and he's going to go in untouched. That's Desmond Jenkins for his 3rd touchdown of the night, and this is just an inside handoff.
Well, it's the same play they scored before. It's the exact same play. It's just a smash on the outside, lead block by the fullback on the defensive end, and they get up inside and are able to get another block on the safety coming up, and it gives them a free lane to the end zone. Let's see if they go for 2, they do it again.
And they've got a little pass back to Jenkins, and
he's in for another 2-point conversion.
He got it in there. So a quick 2-point conversion. And, the usual scoreboard is 21, 28, but we're going to come right back here at the Community Stadium. This is the Friday Night Football Zone
on WHHI-TV.
At 123 Drive Driving Academy, the goal is to help students become confident, cautious, and courteous drivers. They offer high-quality classroom and behind-the-wheel training with friendly, professional, and state-certified instructors who make learning easy and safe. Go to 123drivedrivingacademy.com for more information or call 263-5023 and mention the Friday Night Football Zone to receive $10 off your training session. When you're ready to get in the driver's seat, call 123 Drive Driving Academy.
We're back. The score is not in the favor of Hilton Head right now. Bluffton's taking it to them 23-0. And they're going to kick off here again with 6:02 here to go in the second quarter.
Well, this looks like an all brand new Bluffton team, that's for sure. It's not the team we saw last year that lost the final game of the year against Hilton Head.
The kick goes deep and it's taken inside. Looks like a number 22, I believe. Jamarcus Mardell. There's a flag down on the play.
Could be a face mask on this one, Dale.
You're going to stay tuned for a halftime, the Walgreens halftime show. We're going to have John Burns of WHHI-TV. He'll be here in the booth with us, along with Sam McDowell of the Island Packet. The Sam McDowell I knew used to be a pitcher for the Cleveland Indians, but I'm aging myself. But Sam and John will be joining us at halftime, so you'll want to stay tuned for that.
Careful now, Dell. I remember his nickname, Sudden Sam McDowell. Well, so far it's been a great performance by not only the first-year coach, Ken Cribbs, comes in and installs a flexbone offense, and he gets the speed of Desmond Jenkins as a benefit to his flexbone, is able to get him into the open field and let him use all that speed, and he's been the dominant player so far.
It has been all Bluffton, but the penalty takes it out to the 40-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 10. Again, rolling out is Julian, and he throws it, but a little bit too wide. It was intended for Adam Orishak.
Wow, that was trying to force the issue there. They've gone to a three-man line here. You see Bluffton comes in, and they take out one of their defensive linemen, and they line up only 3 down linemen, and now they inserted an extra defensive back. And so they're playing a prevent defense here, expecting that Hilton Head's going to try to get back in the game with 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes left in the game, and trailing 23-0.
It's 2nd and 10. Again, Julian in the shotgun. Got 4 wide receivers out there. And now rolling to his left. Throws it long. He's got a man out there, but he throws it a little bit short and kind of hung up a little bit. And we've got a flag on the play in the defensive backfield. It might be offensive interference.
It is offensive interference. You'll see here on the ball, it slips out of Julian's hand as he quickly tries to get away from the oncoming defender. But here you see the offensive player number 14 reach behind the back and push the defensive player out of the way. And you're exactly right. The back judge is going to call this one as offensive interference against the Seahawks. These referees are getting a lot of use. That's Darren Vaughn from Beaufort, South Carolina. They're going to be fatigued by the end of the night. All the flags are throwing and picking them up.
We're going to have to put them on the payroll at the TV station. Hey, tonight's game is brought to you by Jackson Maintenance and Electric. For your home, villa, business, or dock, affordable, friendly electrical service in Hilton Head, Bluffton, and Sun City. We're going to march this off from the 40 back to, it's the 30. It's the 25. So it's going to be 2nd and about 25 yards to go here.
Well, it looks like math is correct. There's 2 penalties on the play, and they're selecting the one penalty that
okay, so one went offense, and now they're going to march it the other way for the defense. And as a result, it comes right back to the 40. Okay. It's looks like 3rd and 10.
How about that? Offsetting penalties, Dale. And the referee still and Coach Cribb's out on the field.
He's out on the field. We're trying to figure out what the down is, I think.
And he calls a timeout. He wants to know what's going on.
I think that's his last timeout of the first half. We've got a timeout on the field. You're watching the Friday Night Football Zone
on WHHI-TV.
Uniform Work and Sport is the Lowcountry's #1 stop for all your athletic uniform and equipment needs. Stop in now for football season and check out the new inventory of football gloves, pads, mouthpieces, shoulder pads, cleats, and so much more. And don't forget that Uniform Work and Sport is the area's #1 Under Armour dealer. Show your team spirit by visiting the fan gear section for Hilton Head Prep, Hilton Head Christian, and Hilton Head High School. Uniform Work and Sport is your year-round home for school uniforms, baseball and softball equipment, lacrosse equipment, and so much more.
I'm Sandra Benson, owner of Custom Audio Video, your technology specialist. Custom Audio Video will dramatically enhance and ensure the highest quality in entertainment and integration with the best design, service, and support to homeowners and businesses. We specialize in lighting control, motorized shades, integration, music and sound, and home cinema. Let our CDIA certified staff show you the latest technology. We'll take you from how to wow at Custom Audio Video.
We are back. It's 3rd and 10 for the Seahawks from their own 40. And we've got a little option play. The ball is up in the air on the ground, and it is, looks like the Seahawks recovered it, but unfortunately it's going to bring up 4th down and about 12 or 13 yards to go here. Loss of about 3 on the play.
Wow. I don't know how to describe that one, Dale. It was errant pitch, to say the least.
Well, he hit him in the hands.
A lot of pressure came right up the field. Usually when you're running a dyno-on option, you leave the defensive end unblocked. That's who you want to do the option off of. You want to double team down on defensive tackle. Neither of that happened on that play.
Here's the kick, and it looks like Bluffton's setting up for a return, but it's a shorter kick. Return. They had Boyles back there. But Bluffton will take over at their own 37-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
A little rough introduction to varsity football for number 3, Michael Julian, the sophomore quarterback for the Hilton Head Seahawks.
Hey fans, tonight's game is brought to you by McDonald's restaurants of Bluffton and Hilton Head. Cool down with a refreshing smoothie from McDonald's. Available in wild berry or strawberry banana for just $2.29 for a small size. McDonald's, I'm loving it. It's for Bluffton. Stoney gives it off again up the middle. And we got a fumble on the play. Looks like the Seahawks have fallen on it.
Wow. This is the break they're looking for. Just under 5 minutes left in the first half. Down 23-0. Looks like it's going to be a long night for the Seahawks. And they get a break here with a fumble.
Looks like the hit was there by number 2. That's Kevin Chapman. And I think Kevin then fell on it as well. So the Seahawks will take over. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Seahawks at the 42-yard line of Bluffton. And they haven't been in this territory in quite a while,
This
Chuck.
is the best field position they had all night, Dale. Let's see if they can make hay out of this.
It's Bex and Fodia in the backfield. And there's a pitch out to Bex, trying to turn the corner. And he's stymied on that play by the left defensive side of the defense for Bluffton.
That was Jamarcus Moradell, they brought in at the tailback there, and we're going a little bit of more speed rather than have Matt Bex try to get him on the corner. They got him on the corner, just the play wasn't very well timed.
You see Bex has got his helmet off on the sidelines here. Hopefully he's not injured at all. It'll be 2nd down. Basically no gain on the play. 4 minutes to go here in the first half of play. And before the snap, Coach Singleton was right in front of the referee and called a timeout.
Wow.
We've got a timeout on the field. You're watching the Friday Night Football Zone.
WHHI-TV.
Mom calls us her dynamic duo. We turn off lights that aren't being used and other stuff. She says we're saving the planet, but we know we save her gobs of money too. We're saving energy by turning things off. What can you do? Find out at togetherwesave.com.
Find out how little changes add up. Visit palmetto.coop. We are Palmetto Electric Cooperative, your touchstone energy partner.
If you are searching for a professional interior and exterior home painting company committed to providing an exceptional job done right the first time, call Kirby Enterprises. Attention to detail, strong work ethics, and old-fashioned integrity makes doing business with Ron and Sean Kirby as easy as it can be. They are also your go-to guys for window cleaning, deck staining, pressure washing, crown molding, and more. Call 304-6111 and get the job done right. Kirby Enterprises. They guarantee it.
We're back here at the Community Stadium. The Seahawks are down 23-0 to Bluffton, but they've got the ball in Bluffton territory. It'll be 2nd and 10. Little motion there, and again, Julian keeps it, but is stopped in the backfield. Brought down for a loss of about 2 on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, they run the option into the sideline, and Julian just doesn't have enough speed to get away from the oncoming defender. And he's able to wrestle him back down to the ground. Good play, but in the secondary there to come up and make the tackle. We've got three of the people in the defensive secondary for Bluffton. That's number 17, Travis Ramsey, number 21, Tony Burns, and 24, Anthony Smith. Doing a great job on the outside.
It brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 11. This time Julian throws it. Oh, just out of the reach, and we got a flag. That was attempted for Adam Orishuk, and he was, more than well covered.
Well,
and that's why the flag.
He had the defender draped all over his back a little bit earlier on the hit. He kind of reached out and grabbed him. Otherwise, the receiver could have caught the ball in stride and ran in for a touchdown. That looks like that was a good penalty to take.
That was one of those good penalties. It's going to bring it down to about the 38-yard line. And we're going to make it a Walgreens 1st down.
A little slow moving the chains on the sideline there. Looks like it's a little bit of a preseason jitters also by the chain gang.
Oh, and we got another penalty. They're tacking onto that, okay? Looks like they tacked 5 yards on the end of the play. Anyways, it's going to be 1st and 10, a Walgreens 1st down. And I'll get the chains straightened out here.
Well, what they did is a 15-yard penalty versus the slot of the foul.
Gotcha.
So they moved it to the 15 yards.
3 minutes to go here in the first half of play. The Seahawks looking for their first score. There's a handoff around the left end. And we've got all kinds of laundry on the field. That was Desmond Bush. They've been trying to get him the ball all night.
Well, Desmond Bush makes a fantastic move here. He looks like a jackrabbit on the way to the frying pan, and he hops around that defender, makes a great inside move, gets to the outside, but he has not quite the angle that he needs to get to turn the corner.
But the penalty is going to bring it back. Tonight's game is brought to you by Heaven's Best for carpet, upholstery, and house cleaning. That's simply Heaven's Best. And by Island Builders, a Lighthouse Award-winning builder specializing in home improvements for 27 years. The down will remain 1st down, but now Hilton Head's backed up to about the 37-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 20. Julian throws it long down the field. He's got a man. And again, a lot of contact there going down the field. That was Robbie Aiulo. and he couldn't quite get away from the defender, and I think it's going to go.
Almost an uncatchable ball here, Dale, as we'll get on a replay. You'll see that Julian does get a lot of air on the ball. Nice throw, puts it out there, and that's exactly what happens. Is either your man's going to make the catch, or you're going to get a call. And Julian makes a nice throw. He had a little bit of time there, and had a quick release.
It looks like the defender just kind of got his hand on Robbie's hand and held him back just enough, because Robbie did get a hand on it, got his other hand on it, but couldn't bring it in. But that's going to bring up a Walgreens first down, as on the penalty brings it inside the 25 to about the 22-yard line. 2:45 to go here in the first half of play, with Bluffton leading 23-0.
I'd look for Coach Tim Sugden to try to get the ball to number 14 again. Desmond Bush, that's his money man down in this part of the field.
Julian under center, goes back, looks, and boy, he just gets smothered. He just didn't have any time that time, Chuck.
Well, the play was slow developing. He tried to look for Bush in the corner. You'll see here, he looks to his left and tries to find the receiver, but Bush is held up at the line of scrimmage. You'll see there he's actually almost tackled, and that's the reason why Michael Julian wasn't able to throw the ball. He wanted to get a quick release.
Tonight's game brought to you by 123 Drive Driving Academy. When you're ready to get in the driver's seat, call 123 Drive Driving Academy and mention the Friday Night Football Zone to receive $10 off on your training session. Fans, we want you to please support all of these local businesses that make this broadcast possible. Julian back, throws it long down the field. He's got a man, but it's picked off. Again, threw it a little bit short, and it was picked off.
Well, you see there's a lot of pressure. He drops back, and the defensive end comes free. Goes right into his face. Julian throws off his back leg and puts it up for grabs. I mean, he just threw it up for grabs, and unfortunately it was grabbed by the defender. Nice interception.
That was number 24. I think it was Anthony Smith, I believe. And so with 1:48 to go here, the ball's going to go over to the Bobcats. It's going to be inside their own 10-yard line at the 9. And let's see what they decide to do here with 1:48 to go here in the first half of play. They have no timeouts left.
Well, let's see what Coach Ken Cribbs does. He's been surprising Hilton Head all night. Let's see what he has in store for the Seahawks now.
Well, he called a flag on the first play. We got a flag down.
Wow, that's too bad for the Seahawks, trailing 23-0. 3 touchdowns in the first half by Desmond Jenkins. What a show. The first one, a 78-yard touchdown pass from Corey Stoner to Jenkins, and then Jenkins runs off tackle twice, the first time for a 35-yard touchdown and the second time for a 23-yard touchdown. Bluffton added 2 two-point conversions, and that's the reason why they're up 23-0 right now, Dale.
It'll be 1st and 5 after the 5-yard mark-off against Hilton Head. Ball's given off up the middle to the fullback, but no gain on the play. Clock running down, it's 1:40 to go. This game's brought to you by Time Warner Cable, the power of you.
It doesn't look like the Bluffton Bobcats are in any hurry here to run another play, so they may just be content to run the clock out, leading 23-0.
Wouldn't you like to be a fly on the wall in the Hilton Head locker room at halftime?
Well, the problem is they haven't really been able to sustain any offense, and that usually comes down to the front 5 not being able to create blocks and holds.
There's a pitch wide to the right, and Hilton Head's there to meet it. Tony Clark and I believe Lamont Williams on the stop for the Seahawks. And we got a flag. Looks like a little extracurricular activity.
Oh, they're going to mark off some yards here, possibly against both teams.
And Coach Cribbs is out there on the field talking to his player. I think one of his players got a little out of control, and that's the call. It's unsportsmanlike and unsportsmanlike against both teams. So it's kind of a do-over.
Well, you might result in an ejection also of the players. That's where you want to be careful here. You don't want to lose one of your starters. And Desmond Jenkins, who has all 3 touchdowns, was the guy right in the middle of all that.
Yeah. We got 1:02 to go here in the first half of play. Coming up at halftime, the Walgreens halftime show. John Burns from WHHI will be here, along with Sam McDowell of the Island Packet. They'll be joining us, and we'll talk sports and high school football. So stay tuned for the Walgreens halftime show.
You know, an ejection from the game, that'd be one way of stopping Jenkins. They haven't figured out a way to do it so far tonight.
No, they haven't. We got 3rd and 5 now after the result of that play and the offsetting penalties. Again, the motion, the quick. Oh! I think they're going to get called for something there. They tried a quick pass over the middle, and the defender got there a little too quick.
Yeah, that was number 5. This is a brutal hit on Jenkins as he comes in. There's a snap pass that he caught the touchdown on, and here he catches one right in the chops.
Right in the chops. Lamont Williams on the defense for Hilton Head, but he got there a little too quick. We got a dead ball personal foul. It looks like unsportsmanlike against Hilton Head.
Well, it actually wasn't that bad of a hit. I mean, it was an early hit by number 5 of the Seahawks, but he was going after the ball, and it was a brutal hit. I guess that's the old clothesline. You know, they come in there and he lifted up his arm and caught him right across the neck.
You never did that at Penn State, did you?
No,
You guys, you were in academic school. I forgot. Okay.
Somebody retaliated from Bluffton. It looks like. They have offsetting penalties.
Okay, the pass interference was the first call, and then a couple of unsportsmanlike calls. It looks like on both teams after the play. I think probably some. So it's been a flag-filled first half. Say that fast.
Well, yeah. We got more airtime for the officials. You got referee Jerry Hart. He's one with the white cap marking off all the yardage each of the way. But certainly the other officials are getting some airtime too.
Absolutely, and a lot of laundry on the field. So we walked one way, now we're going to walk the other way and get this straightened out. We only got 58 seconds to go here in the first half before we turn it over to the Walgreens halftime show. But Bluffton jumping on top here, 23-0 on Hilton Head, and surprising many. I know all the sports writers and the Island Packet had all leaned towards Hilton Head, although some of them only by 2 or 3 points. But I think this is a big surprise to a lot of people, but probably based just on history as more than anything else. Now, Coach Singleton's getting an explanation.
Well, in this high school rivalry, Bluffton's never won in 4 years. And so it looks like they're going to make it all back in one night so far, unless the Seahawks can turn around in a hurry here in the second half.
Well, last year Hilton had won 55-12, so I'm sure that left a little bit of a mark on the psyche of some of these Bluffton players. But they, as you said, we got a new coach in there and a whole new attitude, and they came ready to play, that's for sure.
Well, it's an attitude that started during the off-season in a training program, and, getting the captains together from Bluffton and getting the other players to buy into a real hard off-season training program in the weight room, running sprints out on the track, and it looks like it's paying off for the Bluffton Bobcats. Certainly, one guy that's in shape, getting a workout tonight, is Desmond Jenkins.
He has got some speed, and that's what Coach Cribbs talked about earlier, was that he wanted to get the speed out there, and he's done it. Now we're getting explanations to both coaches while players are ready to play here. And now they'll huddle up once again.
Well, I think wisely, Coach Chris want to just take this into the locker room. Neither team has a timeout left. There's 58 seconds left on the clock, and rather have this turn into a bloody brawl out in the last minute of the first half. I think what he's going to do is just kill the clock here. He's got the ball pretty deep in his own territory, so he doesn't want anybody to make a mistake. And I think he'll just kill the clock, let it run out, go back into the locker room. He's up by 23 points. That's not a bad way to start the season. And get ready for the second half. What do you think, Dale?
I think it's absolutely right. And he's actually done a great job. I mean, when you consider the fact that he started this season and he expected C.J. Frazier to be his starting quarterback, he gets hurt about a week ago and brings in Corey Stoner, who's never started before. He's a transfer out of Ohio. Of course, everyone from here is from Ohio. And this is his first career start, and he's really run this offense quite well. And now they're in that victory formation. And he just takes a knee, and they're going to let the clock run down here. We've got 50 seconds to go here in the first half of play. Bluffton on top, 23-0. This is the 2010 Bridge Bowl that you're watching.
Bridge Brawl.
2010's
Bridge Brawl. You know what, Dale? That's the first play in about the last 20 where they ran it and there wasn't a flag.
Well, there was no motion. Second down coming up. And again, he takes a knee, and that should run out the first half clock.
Smart play by Coach Cribb.
We'll be back with the Walgreens halftime show here at WHHI. So stay tuned for that. It's halftime here at Community Stadium. The score, the Bobcats 23, the Seahawks nothing. You're watching the Friday Night Football Zone
on WHHI-TV.
If you are searching for a professional interior and exterior home painting company committed to providing an exceptional job done right the first time, call Kirby Enterprises. Attention to detail, strong work ethics, and old-fashioned integrity makes doing business with Ron and Sean Kirby as easy as it can be. They are also your go-to guys for window cleaning, deck staining, pressure washing, crown molding, and more. Call 304-6111 and get the job done right. Kirby Enterprises. They guarantee it. Don't cut corners on electrical work. Be safe and call Jackson Maintenance and Electrical for new installations, electrical repair, or even if you just need a new fan or lighting fixture installed. Fully licensed, insured, experienced, and local, the Jackson family team provides affordable, friendly service, doing the job right the first time and maintaining a long list of happy clients in Bluffton, Hilton Head, and Sun City. Call 757-3273 for Jackson Maintenance and Electrical.
Ever wonder where those mysterious spots and stains come from? Call your local Heaven's Best carpet and upholstery cleaning technician. You can enjoy life, and we'll clean it up.
Heaven's Best Carpet Cleaning, the cleanest carpet you'll ever see. Heaven's Best.
For carpet, upholstery, and house cleaning that's simply Heaven's Best, call 815-2378 today. Island Builders is a full-service general contractor that has specialized in home improvements for 27 years. From new bathrooms, kitchens, windows, and doors to additions, they do it all. Plus, Paul Matheson is a certified green professional, able to incorporate green building principles into his homes without driving up the cost of construction. There's no better time to begin that remodeling project on your list, and there's no better professional to turn to than Paul Matheson with Island Builders of Hilton Head. Call him today at 681-8823.
For graphics, printing, and mailing services all under one roof, Omega Graphics is your only source on the island. We're local, environmentally friendly, and save our customers time and money.
We use Omega Graphics exclusively for our publication needs, and Omega Graphics helps us deliver that quality product the 15th of every month. We are very pleased with the services of Omega Graphics.
Call us for all your design, print, and mailing needs at 342-6360.
Okay, welcome to halftime of the Hilton Head High School Bluffton Bobcats game, week one of the high school football season on the Friday night high school football zone on WHHI. And Dale, it's your first game play-by-play, and unusual to this rivalry is that Bluffton is the team way out in front, 23-0 at halftime, and they really dominated the football game on the ground.
Well, they really came in prepared to play. It's really amazing the job that the coach has done. I think he had a starting quarterback that he lost right before this game, and came up with another quarterback that had never started before, and he's just running an offense which is not an easy offense to run, with a lot of motion and a lot of variances off of that. So I think Bluffton has just done a tremendous job here tonight.
Well, one thing I noticed, Chuck, was the misdirection running plays that Bluffton is running out of the backfield. They're hard to figure out what's happening until the guy's 10 yards down the field.
Sure, it's confusing to the defense what they're doing, but I think what's really happening, as we talked about before in the pregame show, is that what you want to do is find one position where you can dominate, and that's what they've done tonight. You don't win the games early in the season based on emotion. You win it on technique and ability, and what they have is the most able player on the field right now. That's Desmond Jenkins, as you saw with all the speed. Once he got an opening, I mean, he's run 2 touchdowns in from 23 and 35 yards out, and he caught that 80-yard touchdown pass. So Desmond Jenkins is really the dominant player. He's the story of the first half.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You got to give Coach Cribbs and his whole staff at Bluffton a 2 thumbs up. They've just done a great job preparing this team. They're executing like it's middle of the season. I mean, there are a lot of penalties, offsides, and there have been some personal foul calls, but I thought their running execution and overall offensive execution's been superb.
It has been, and they've seemed to bottle up the offense of Hilton Head as well. The defensive ends have played very well on the corners, and a lot of the passes that, again, we've got a young sophomore at quarterback for Hilton Head, and he's just had some trouble, finding his receivers and also finding the time to throw.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, let's see what happens in the second half. I would say that Hilton Head needs to get a little something going offensively to get their enthusiasm back and kind of see what happens.
We got to give awful lot of credit to the coaching staff from Bluffton coming in and just changing the attitude, not just the uniforms in the locker room. They have a whole attitude, as you saw in the pregame warm-up here. They were out there, and they really had them working in a very unique fashion. And I think the other thing that they've done is that they've gone to a lot of quick-hitting type of plays, as you've seen. At a high school football level, it's very difficult to run plays that requires the offensive lineman to hold their blocks. It just doesn't happen at the high school level. You want to get up and get into the line as quickly as possible because at this level, you just can't hold the blocks. And that's what's happened. So they've run in a lot of – that's what the flex bone does for you. When you run that triple option, the quarterback takes a direct snap from the center, gives the ball to the fullback going right up the middle, a very quick hitter, or he pulls it out on a belly series and comes down and runs an option with a flip. That's great strategy at this level.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a different era for Bluffton Bobcat football, as evidenced by what we've seen in the first half tonight. This is a different football team, different mentality, different overall personnel from top to bottom. So great job, great way to start week 1 for the first 2 quarters of football, anywhere in the state for that matter. I mean, tonight's the opening night, but this is the one game that's live only on WHHI. And gentlemen, it's great to have you back for another great season. Dale, great to have you as a part of the team. We want to thank all our sponsors that help us bring you these broadcasts week in and week out. I'm not going to go through all of them because I don't want to leave anybody out, but Dale's doing a great job reminding you who they are. We ask you to support those sponsors day in and day out because without them, we can't bring you these kids and these schools and this great product. Guys, it ought to be a great second half. Always good seeing you. And we'll be back on the Friday Night Football Zone on WHHI in just a minute.
Take me to 5th and Grand as slowly as possible.
Get me to the airport and don't step on it.
Congress in Maine, and I'm not in a hurry.
The big, bold taste of the Angus 3rd Pounder and the classic taste of the Big Mac. So much flavor, you'll want to take your time with them.
Whatever you do, Don't make that wet.
The simple joy of burgers.
I love progress. That's why I have Roadrunner High Speed Online from Time Warner Cable. It's way faster than phone company high-speed DSL. You know those guys still use 100-year-old copper wire technology for their DSL internet? They must hate progress. I mean, who hates progress? Not this guy.
Internet that's way faster than DSL? The phone company doesn't have it. Time Warner Cable does. Get Roadrunner High Speed Online for only $34.95 per month for 12 months.
Oh, salty dog, oh, salty dog, you're sly as a fox, you salty dog. Captain Cherokee sitting in a tree, a kiwi waving back at me. Honey, won't you be the salty dog? Oh, salty dog, oh, salty dog, you're sly as a fox, you salty dog. Down southeast, sitting by the dog, singing a song about a salty dog. Honey, won't you be the salty dog?
Fact. Only an authorized BMW dealer can sell you a BMW certified pre-owned vehicle. HiltonHeadBMW.com. Only an authorized BMW dealer can provide 0.9 APR on nearly all 2007 and 2008 models, including 3, 5, and 7 series. Only an authorized BMW dealer provides BMW's certified pre-owned warranty of up to 6 years, 100,000 miles, plus the remaining full maintenance from BMW.
The ultimate driving machine at Hilton Head BMW, Highway 278 in Bluffton.
H&H Auto Service is the home of the free inspection. H&H has been voted #1 on Hilton Head Island and Small Business of the Year. H&H provides quality service for alignments, preventative and routine maintenance, and much more. Looking for an affordable car? H&H Auto is your full-service dealer. All pre-owned cars are certified and come with a warranty. Everybody rides at H&H Auto because they finance in-house. Whether your car needs to look its best, run its best, or if you just need a new one, count on H&H to get you where you need to go.
Welcome back to the Walgreens Halftime Show. I'm here with Chuck Zapek, and we got along with us Sam McDowell of the Island Packet. And Sam, pretty surprising first half, I'm sure, from what you've seen in the past.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like we're kind of witnessing a little bit of an end of the era with this rivalry here. Bluffton has established themselves in this first half that they're a different team with new first-year coach Ken Cribb, and they look like they're going to be ready to play this year.
Sam, now I know you make your picks every week before the games. Who'd you pick coming in tonight's game?
Yeah, well, I was leaning a little bit towards Bluffton until C.J. Frazier got hurt, and didn't know how Corey Stoner would react to his first career varsity start. But I mean, he's taken the reins of this quarterback job and just managed the game very well, and so he's surprised me. And I think he's been obviously Desmond's been the difference, but his play is facilitating their offense here.
Yeah, no. How good is Desmond Jenkins? I mean, we've seen him run for 3 touchdowns here in the first half. Is he that good of a player?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's the best player on the field tonight, and I thought that coming in as well. You know, last year they had him at quarterback running the wing tee, and his skills were a little bit hidden there because, taking the ball from under center. When he's getting pitches and they're allowing him to get to the outside, no one can catch up to him.
Well, speed can really make or break a team, and both on offense and defense. And it seemed like the Hilton Head defense they couldn't come close to him on those 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's mostly because Desmond is the fastest kid on the field. But a lot of that is Coach Cribb's offense. It's trickeration. They don't know exactly who's getting the ball on anything. And so I think that has a lot to do with it. By the time you figure out where the ball's going, the other guy's 3 steps into his stride. So
now let's look at the other side of the football. We got Michael Julian, his first start. He's a sophomore coming in tonight's game. What do you think? How would you evaluate his performance in the first half?
Well, he started off pretty comfortable, but when they got behind, it looked like he was getting a little desperate, trying to force some passes. But the offensive line's got to protect better for him. He's not getting time to throw the ball tonight.
Yeah, I know that was one of the keys, I think, coming in tonight's game was just how well that front 5 would gel for the Seahawks coming in. They've got 3 new starters in that offensive line.
Yeah, right. Actually, it's 4 because Hunter Anderson's the only kid, and then Michael Fodia. They're the only 2 offensive starters that have returned, period. So I think we're going to see that they're going to be a team that gets better as the season goes on, but we can't expect much from them in their first game
They
here.
did get better last year, too, didn't they? I mean, they started off with a couple of losses, and they came on in region play and finished real strong.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They only had 2 returning starters last year, and that was a big question mark for them, and it ended up being their biggest offensive strength. So, I mean, it's still the first game of the season. We can't say that this offensive line isn't going to be there because, they could be in a couple of weeks.
Well, it's also just the first half of the first game of the season, so we've got a second half to play here. But I was kind of surprised. I wasn't surprised as much about the penalties on offsides and the motion penalties, but a lot of unsportsmanlike penalties out there late here in the first half.
Yeah, things got a little bit chippy there in the first half, and I think that's because Bluffton's winning this game, and they haven't been in this position where they're beating their rivals, especially by 23 points at halftime. So hopefully we see a little less than the second half, but I think we might see a little bit more
Well, Sam,
of it.
they play twice this year. We're calling the first matchup because it's a non-region game, doesn't count in the standings. We're calling it the Bridge Brawl. Yeah. And we're certainly seeing that right now with all the penalties at the end of the first half.
Yeah, I mean, technically it doesn't mean anything by the playoff standards or the regional implications, but you can tell just from those penalties that these kids still want to win it just as bad.
They do, and then there's 64 teams in this regional division. These are 2 teams that, while Hilton had made the playoffs last year, Bluffton just missed, as we know, on the last day of the season. But they look pretty. I think both teams will be contenders this year. Don't you feel that way too?
Yeah, I think with this new Region 7 look, Berkeley's going to be the team to beat, obviously, being a 4A team last year. And then the second spot, I think, is going to be up for grabs, and I think Bluffton could win it. I think if Hilton Head improves, they could get there. But I see them both as playoff teams once it's all said and done.
Great.
Well, we're just about ready to start the second half. And before we do, we just want to talk about a little bit about some of the scoring here. But all the scoring's been Bluffton, so it's really, as we said, it's a speed that's killed Hilton Head so far. So
it's Desmond Jenkins 23, Hilton Head 0.
And that's a score that Hilton Head's going to have a tough time overcoming. I also noticed that that their tailback came out. I'm not sure if he was injured or not, but he came out late in the first half, so we'll have to see if he comes back in. You're watching the Friday Night Football Zone here on WHHI-TV.
At 123 Drive Driving Academy, the goal is to help students become confident, cautious, and courteous drivers. They offer high-quality classroom and behind-the-wheel training with friendly, professional, and state-certified instructors who make learning easy and safe. Go to 123drivedrivingacademy.com for more information or call 263-5023 and mention the Friday Night Football Zone to receive $10 off your training session. When you're ready to get in the driver's seat, call 123 Drive Driving Academy.
Uniform Work and Sport is the Lowcountry's #1 stop for all your athletic uniform and equipment needs. Stop in now for football season and check out the new inventory of football gloves, pads, mouthpieces, shoulder pads, cleats, and so much more. And don't forget that Uniform Work and Sport is the area's #1 Under Armour dealer. Show your team spirit by visiting the fan gear section for Hilton Head Prep, Hilton Head Christian, and Hilton Head High School. Uniform Work and Sport is your year-round home for school uniforms, baseball and softball equipment, lacrosse equipment, and so much more.
Welcome. I'm Sandra Benson, owner of Custom Audio Video,
your technology specialist. Custom Audio Video introduces discrete display mirror televisions. Tired of peeping out of the bathroom door to see the TV in the bedroom? It's a mirror, it's a TV. With Custom Audio Video and Sora, you don't have to choose between beauty and technology, because image is everything. Call Custom Audio Video and let our CDS certified staff show you the latest in innovation. Custom Audio Video, your technology specialist.
Mom calls us her dynamic duo. We turn off lights that aren't being used and other stuff. She says we're saving the planet, but we know we save her gobs of money too. We're saving energy by turning things off. What can you do? Find out at togetherwesave.com.
Find out how little changes add up. Visit palmetto.coop. We are Palmetto Electric Cooperative, your touchstone energy partner.
In the laundry room, Mark Olson is joined by that woman from 3C. He's tried before to engage her.
It's supposed to be kind of windy today.
But today, he's ready.
You heard about McDonald's dollar menu at breakfast?
She's interested. They talk about the savory sausage McMuffin, the hearty sausage burrito, the premium roast coffee, McDonald's dollar menu at breakfast. A common interest. Something to build on.
This could be our song.
Nobody makes breakfast like McDonald's.
Right now, I'm dominating, but Ed's trying to throw me off my game. I know because I have caller ID on PC with Time Warner Cable. Phone rings, number pops up. Phone company doesn't have it. Also, I get home voicemail to email. It's like living in the future. Hopefully not a future dominated by cyborg wolf spiders. But if it is, call this guy.
Caller ID on PC? The phone company doesn't have it. Time Warner Cable does. Get digital home phone from Time Warner Cable for only $19.95 per month for 12 months.
Oh, salty dog, oh, salty dog, you're sly as a fox, you salty dog. Captain Cherokee sitting in a tree, kiwi waving back at me. I want you to be the salty dog, oh, salty dog, oh, salty dog. You're sly as a fox, you salty dog. Down the southeast, sitting by the dock, singing a song about a salty dog. Honey, won't you be the salty dog?
Don't cut corners on electrical work. Be safe and call Jackson Maintenance and Electrical for new installations, electrical repair, or even if you just need a new fan or lighting fixture installed. Fully licensed, insured, experienced, and local, the Jackson family team provides affordable, friendly service, doing the job right the first time and maintaining a long list of happy clients in Bluffton, Hilton Head, and Sun City. Call 757-3273 for Jackson Maintenance and Electrical.
At Heaven's Best, we've made a name for ourselves by combining unbeatable results with attention to service. Our unique, dry in 1 hour process has helped us become the #1 carpet cleaner in America. If you're looking for a clean, trained technician who will give his very best for your home, don't settle for less. Choose Heaven's Best.
For carpet upholstery and house cleaning that's simply Heaven's Best, call 815-2378 today. Island Builders is a full-service general contractor that has specialized in home improvements for 27 years. From new bathrooms, kitchens, windows, and doors to additions, they do it all. Plus, Paul Matheson is a certified green professional, able to incorporate green building principles into his homes without driving up the cost of construction. There's no better time to begin that remodeling project on your list, and there's no better professional to turn to than Paul Matheson with Island Builders of Hilton Head. Call him today at 681-8823.
For graphics, printing, and mailing services all under one roof, Omega Graphics is your only source on the island. We're local, environmentally friendly, and save our customers time and money.
We use Omega Graphics exclusively for our publication needs, and Omega Graphics helps us deliver that quality product the 15th of every month. We are very pleased with the services of Omega Graphics.
Call us for all your design, print, and mailing needs at 342-6360.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Football Zone. I'm Dale Planica, along with Chuck Zapek. And Chuck, it's been a one-sided first half with Bluffton on top 23-0.
Well, one of the question marks coming in tonight's game, Dale, was just who would have the better offensive line. As we talked about at halftime, the Seahawks were returning only one offensive lineman to there, and Bluffton, boy, I don't think they had any returning for them, but they've certainly done a great job. I think one of them being Chris Tilson. He started last year also. He's the center, number 76. They've done an outstanding job blocking the flex bone. Tilson, number 76, as I mentioned, is the center. Number 62 is Ustin Chittum, the offensive guard. Michael Soko on the other side. He's also number 50. And the offensive tackles, Andrew Nicarol and Yurko Castro, the other offensive tackle, are doing a great job leading the Bluffton offense.
Well, the Hilton Head Seahawks will receive here to start the second half, and we'll see if they can turn this thing around after I'm sure it was a rather spirited halftime talk from Coach Singleton. The referees are back on the field. I think they probably have some new flags because they kind of warm out there in the first half. But we're about ready to kick it off here, and kicking it off for Bluffton is going to be their sophomore, Mally Sprouse, number 45. He'll be kicking deep, and looks like Bex is back there deep, I believe, to receive for Hilton Head, number 20.
Yeah, Matt Beck's number 20, the transfer for Hilton Head Prep, has really been held at bay here in the first half. He's going to get. They haven't kicked him though. They've been kicking it to the right side to number 22 every time that they had a kickoff.
Here's the kick, and this one goes. It's short.
They're going to get it.
It actually didn't travel 10 yards. Well, maybe it did, but anyways, it looks like Hilton Head did fall on it. They tried a little onside kick there. Another little bag of tricks, something out of the bag of tricks of Coach Cribbs, and this one didn't work so well.
Going for the juggler. Well, it almost did. The ball bounced off the offensive lineman's pads, and he was fortunate enough to have the ball not travel too far away from him. He was able to fall down on top of it. Otherwise, Bluffton would have gotten the ball back.
It'll be 1st and 10. The ball at the 47-yard line of Bluffton as the Seahawks take over. Again, Michael Julian under center. And we've got a flag.
Well, it didn't take long to get the first flag, did it, Dale?
I don't know. What was the over-under on that?
Well, this gives them good field position. They're on the plus side of the field. They're going to start the second half at the 42-yard line, trailing 23-0. Who would have thought this at this stage it'd be 23-0 in favor of Bluffton?
Well, it's 1st and 5, and they've already picked up 5 yards here in the second half. So let's see if they can keep it going. It's handoff right up the middle. It looks like Beck's the tailback. Takes it across the 40, across the 36, and it looks like it's going to be close enough to measure.
They come out in a power I formation, and that's the adjustment that Coach Tim Singleton wanted to make at halftime. Rather than opening things up, he's going to get real conservative. Looks like in the beginning of the second half, and just try to get back into the ball game and maybe just drive it between the tackles. There they are again in the power I.
Well, Bex picks up the Walgreens first down. It's 1st and 10 at the 35 of Bluffton. Again, Julian now the pitch back to Bex. Takes it around the right side and is stopped for maybe about a yard gain on the play. And Coach Singleton not real happy with the blocking on that side.
Well, he just wants to see who his players are right now. This is a good call by the coach to come out here and take the ball out of Michael Julian's hands and put it into the running backs, and let's find out just what you got up front there with your offensive line and who's gonna be the players, who's gonna step up and make the blocks, who's gonna run hard.
Well, he's got a big guy at fullback right now. And the give is again to Bex. Yeah, he's got a power backfield going for him, and Bex takes it across the 35 to about the 33. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, he brought his middle linebacker, Raheem Williams, into the lineup. Number 16, he lined up instead of Michael Fodia at the fullback position, and he was the lead blocker going straight ahead. I think this is a good call by the coach. He's in 4-down territory. I know it's 3rd and 7, but he's got 2 downs to make 7 yards.
Well, it's 3rd and 8. We got 10:19 to go here in the third quarter. Bluffton leads at 23-0. And again, they're stacked in the eye with a lot of power up front. So looks like it's going to be smash mouth football here. Oh, we got a flag. That's the back judge, and it looks like it's going to be too much time in the huddle. Hey, fans, tonight's game is brought to you by McDonald's Restaurants of Bluffton and Hilton Head. Cool down with a refreshing smoothie from McDonald's. Available in wild berry or strawberry banana for just $2.29 for a small size. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Well, this looks like their short yardage offense. Not only do they have a power I, but they have 2 tight ends in the lineup.
Well, it's going to be 3rd down and about 13. 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Again, Julian takes the handoff, and he's going to be sacked way back at the 50-yard line. And he just couldn't find anyone quick enough and couldn't turn to make the throw. That's going to be a loss of about 12 yards.
Little play-action pass here. What happens is on the outside, number 14 once again gets wrapped up and grabbed by number 1, who holds on to him. And that's the reason why he wasn't able to get free. He was the intended receiver. We saw that in the first half, where B.J. Kitty number one, he's 6'3", 200 pounds. He was able to hang on to the intended receiver, and that's the reason why Julian had to take the sack.
It'll be 4th and long as they're back at the 50-yard line, and Julian will be in there to punt. Good snap, not much of a rush, and the kick is off to the right side, and they're just going to let it roll dead at about the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Bluffton at the 25.
Not a real impressive start here in the second half for the Seahawks. Given good field position on the onside kick that failed for Bluffton. They started after the penalty from their own 42-yard line, and they were only able to turn the ball back over to the 25.
Well, and it gave us an indication also what Coach Singleton decided to do here in the second half, and he was just going to try and pound it until they get something going. Stoner now under center here for Bluffton. The pitch back. That's to his fullback, Zachary Scott. He tries the right end, but doesn't quite pick up anything there. Picks up maybe 2 yards. Call it 3. It'll be second and 8.
It's well defensed by the Seahawks defensive line. Number 78, Melvin Fields. Number 70, Donnell Mitchell. 55, Luke Barnes. And 34, Timmy Rivers makes the stops.
And see number 8 going off the field. That's Desmond Jenkins. Oh, he wasn't going off the field. He was just getting a call from the coach. And he brings it back out to the huddle.
I don't think Coach Cribbs is going to take number 8 off the field.
They may have to carry him off. They will take him off. It's been a one-man show tonight. There he's in motion. There's the pitch back to the fullback. And looks like Bluffton is borrowing a page out of the Hilton Head playbook, and they're going to pound it. Again, that's Zachary Scott, and we got a flag on the play. Scott picked up what looks like enough for the first down, but before I call it a Walgreens first down, we're going to check out the flag.
Sure, good downfield blocking. Once again, Bluffton's able to get a double team on the end, and that's the reason why they were able to produce a hole out of that. And in addition to picking up a first down, it looks like there's a personal foul that's going to add about 15 more yards to the end of this play, Dale.
Yeah, right you are, Chuck, and that'll make it a Walgreens first down and take the ball down to close to the 50-yard line, I believe.
Well, this is a sight we've seen too much tonight. We watched the line judge, Turney Burton, march off 15 yards against the Seahawks. We've seen that too much tonight.
The ball is spotted currently at the 46, but he's going to add. Okay, I didn't think his math was right there. It's going to be on the Hilton Head side of the field at the 49. You know, I'm an accountant by trade, so I can think about these numbers all the time. It'll be first and 10 for the Bobcats. And there's the handoff. That again goes to Desmond Jenkins, and he takes it all the way across the 40 to about the 35-yard line. And that will be...
Well, Desmond Jenkins starts on his left, comes in motion. Then it's just student body right off the end. That's the play that resulted in 2 touchdowns already. Almost in the third, the Seahawks still haven't stopped them.
Well, he made a nice spin move, stayed on his feet, took it to the 25, and another Walgreens first down for the Bobcats. I'm really impressed by this Corey Stoner. His first start, and he's just running a great offensive show here. This time the handoff is met by a host of defenders from Hilton Head. That handoff went to Eric Boyles, number 11.
Yeah, Stoner had to step in. He was a second-team quarterback. Moved the first team after the injury to C.J. Frazier. You know, we should also mention, last year, Sam McDowell brought up a good point. We saw Desmond Jenkins operate at quarterback. They had to move him to quarterback, and he ran the triple option from under the center as a quarterback himself. This year he's a wingback, and he certainly impressed us so far tonight.
And he's hard to find in that backfield. He goes in motion once again, and they give it to him once again. And this time, he's caught, but he spins away. Let's see if he can turn the corner. That's not going to happen. And we got a flag.
Well,
Over by the sidelines.
He didn't fool Tony Clark, but it could be a penalty here at the end of the play. It might have been a horse collar tackle or something like that.
Well, they do a nice job of stopping with the line, but he spins away, and then so they just pulled him down and then pushed him down again. So maybe that's the second push. He already had him down. They started to get up, and he pushed him down again. So that's going to be a dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike against Hilton Head. Hey, tonight's game, folks, is brought to you by H&H Auto. Customer-friendly, guaranteed quality. The #1 place for auto sales and service on Hilton Head. And by Walgreens. Flu shots are now available at every Walgreens store every day. At Walgreens, there's a way to stay well. We've got a man down on the field, so we're going to take a break from the action. You're watching the Friday Night Football
on WHHI-TV.
Fact, only an authorized BMW dealer can sell you a BMW certified pre-owned vehicle. HiltonHeadBMW.com. Only an authorized BMW dealer can provide 0.9 APR on nearly all 2007 and 2008 models, including 3, 5, and 7 series. Only an authorized BMW dealer provides BMW's certified pre-owned warranty of up to 6 years, 100,000 miles, plus the remaining full maintenance from BMW.
The ultimate driving machine at Hilton Head BMW, Highway 278 in Bluffton.
In the laundry room, Mark Olson is joined by that woman from 3C. He's tried before to engage her.
It's supposed to be kind of windy today.
But today, he's ready.
You heard about McDonald's dollar menu at breakfast?
She's interested. They talk about the savory sausage McMuffin, the hearty sausage burrito, the premium roast coffee, McDonald's dollar menu at breakfast. A common interest. Something to build on.
This could be our song.
Nobody makes breakfast like McDonald's.
H&H Auto Service is the home of the free inspection. H&H has been voted #1 on Hilton Head Island and Small Business of the Year. H&H provides quality service for alignments, preventative and routine maintenance, and much more. Looking for an affordable car? H&H Auto is your full-service dealer. All pre-owned cars are certified and come with a warranty. Everybody rides at H&H Auto because they finance in-house. Whether your car needs to look its best, run its best, or if you just need a new one, count on H&H to get you where you need to go.
I love progress. That's why I have Roadrunner High Speed Online from Time Warner Cable. It's way faster than phone company high-speed DSL. You know those guys still use 100-year-old copper wire technology for their DSL internet? They must hate progress. I mean, who hates progress? Not this guy.
Internet that's way faster than DSL? The phone company doesn't have it. Time Warner Cable does. Get Roadrunner High Speed Online for only $34.95 per month for 12 months.
Oh, salty dog, oh, salty dog, you're sly as a fox, you salty dog. Captain Cherokee sitting in a tree, with Kiwi waving back at me. Honey, won't you be the salty dog? Oh, salty dog, oh, salty dog, you're sly as a fox, you salty dog. Down southeast, sitting by the dog, singing a song about a salty dog. Honey, won't you be the salty dog?
We are back in Hilton Head, and we've got an injured player on the field for the Seahawks. Can't quite make his number out just yet, but we'll try and give you an update. They're working on him on the field and obviously taking every precaution as time goes on here. We've got 6:34 to go here in the third quarter play. Bluffton, surprisingly to some people, but maybe not to all of us, leads Hilton Head 23-0. Three big plays, but it's really been a dominant performance by the Bobcats so far tonight.
It has, too. And the best player on the field so far has been Desmond Jenkins, as we've spoken about. He was the one that caught the 78-yard touchdown pass from Corey Stoner, who's the first-time varsity starter for the Bobcats. Then Desmond Jenkins once again ran off tackle, 35 yards and 23 yards for the other two touchdowns. After the second and third touchdown, as we saw, Dale, they went for a 2-point conversion where they lined up to the left of the field, and rather than shift to the middle of the field and kick the extra point, 2 times they snapped the ball or got it to the hands of Desmond Jenkins, who ran it in for the 2-point conversion.
Well, Raheem Williams, number 16, was the injured player, but he was helped off the field walking gingerly. It's going to be second down coming up here. And there's a handoff up the middle. It's looks like it crossed the 25-yard line. That'll be close to another first down, but we'll check it out here first.
Well, it's good to see Raheem Williams walk off the field under his own power. That usually means that you're going to be able to come back if you come off the field. But he's really a key player for them. You know, they're counting on him, though, the man, that middle linebacker position that was vacated by Jack Dwayne, who played so well for the Seahawks last year.
And they were also lining him up as a linebacker, as a fullback on the offensive side of the ball to try and give him some extra blocking up front there. We're going to have a measurement here by the officials. And just a reminder that tonight's game is brought to you by Uniform Work and Sport, Lowcountry source for school uniforms, sports equipment, and much, much more. Stop in now and check out their huge selection for football, baseball, and lacrosse gear. Uniform, Work, and Sport. It is a Walgreens first down, and Bobcats take over there. It's a handoff. Well, that was a pretty straightforward backfield that time, and looked like...
Well, they line up tight with 2 tight ends, and now they're in, it looks like a short yardage type of formation that they run. You'll see here everybody's tight. They're in a true wishbone, and they just run it off tackle. And they figured that they're going to run it real conservative and make you stop them. Here they are again. They're in a true wishbone.
Yeah, and they got
short yardage offense.
They don't have their speed guys out there. They got their power guys out there, and there's number 51 taking around the right end. That's Taylor McDonald. He's a senior, and he takes it inside the 10-yard line. And that'll be another Bobcat Walgreen first down. It'll be first and goal. The ball at about the 6-yard line. Call it the 7.
That's pretty creative. You're taking a defensive player, one of your defensive linemen, and put him in to run the football. Look, they got a bunch of 50s lined up there in the backfield.
Now this is definitely power football now we shifted to. And there's right up the gut and inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line, and a late flag comes in.
Hey, I want to go out in the field and play. If they're going to line up linebackers in the backfield and give them the ball to run in short yardage, that sounds like a deal for me.
And it looks like we got somebody thrown out of the game here. Not quite sure. Looks like that was the call by the official. Called an unsportsmanlike against Hilton Head and tossed him out of the game. And looks like it's number 56.
55.
55? That's Barsness. That's 55. And he'll be gone for the rest of the game. 4:57, and once again the Bobcats are knocking on the door here. They're going to have to mark off this penalty first.
Well, they're already at the 1-yard line, so I don't know how much further they can mark it. Give it to one of those defensive linemen. I want to see one of them score today. You got 51, 52. Who's the third guy now? I see. Does he have a 5 on his back also? Yeah, 54. Look at
right.
There it is. Your defensive line is lined up in the backfield of Bluffton Bobcats. 51, Taylor McDonald. 53, Lewis Black. And 54, Michael Grant. That's your backfield.
Those are some horses back there, I'll tell you. And they got some horses up front, too.
Hey, Coach Cribb, what are you doing over there on the sideline? 3 defensive linemen in the backfield.
And it looks like the quarterback keeps it right up the gut and goes in for the Bobcat touchdown. Bobcats score on a quarterback keeper right up the gut, and that makes it 29-0 with the extra point or points pending. Yeah, just straight up the middle. I'm not even sure if that was Stoner in there.
Well, here's this shift. You'll see here where they shift. And this time they do execute the shift back to the middle of the field to kick the extra point. No 2-point conversion. At least we don't think so far.
There's a snap. The ball is No, we got flags all in the field before the snap, which is probably a good thing because the snap was fumbled.
Good thing for Bluffton.
Right. Offsides against Hilton Head. That's going to put it another yard closer. And let's see what they decide to do this time. Again,
they close. They can run. You might think they might run it this time. There it is. To Desmond Jenkins.
And he's going to be
in for the 2-point conversion.
Another 2-point conversion for Bluffton, and they take the lead 31-0 with 4:53 to go here in the third quarter of play. You're watching the Friday Night Football Zone
on WHHI-TV.
Fact, only an authorized BMW dealer can sell you a BMW certified pre-owned vehicle. HiltonHeadBMW.com. Only an authorized BMW dealer can provide 0.9 APR on nearly all 2007 and 2008 models, including 3, 5, and 7 series. Only an authorized BMW dealer provides BMW's certified pre-owned warranty of up to 6 years, 100,000 miles, plus the remaining full maintenance from BMW.
The ultimate driving machine at Hilton Head BMW, Highway 278 in Bluffton.
We are back at Hilton Head High School, and the Bobcats of Bluffton have taken a 31-0 lead here with 4:53 to go in the third quarter. Chuck, it's just been all Bluffton all the time.
Wow, not only are they getting outplayed, they were getting outcoached right here.
Well, and things are getting really chippy now. We've got one man thrown out already for Hilton Head, and we'll see how this rest of this game goes. There's the kick that's going to go into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. It'll come out to the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Seahawks at their own 20-yard line.
Well, this is direct opposite from the last game last year. We got about a 60-point turnaround here, Dale, from the last game last year for Bluffton.
Yeah, absolutely. It was 55-12 was the score last year, and now it's 31-0 going the other way, and we still got a lot of football to play here.
Well, you're an accountant. What's that turnaround? Is that 70 points? I said 60. Is that 70?
Where's my calculator? Okay, Julian still at quarterback, and now he's going to line up in a shotgun. He's got his offense pretty spread out here, so we could see him putting it up in the air, I believe.
Well, you got to be able to block for him now, for him to do something.
There's a snap. He's got a man out here in the flat, and that's Robbie Aiulo, who doesn't drop many, but he dropped that one, and it'll be second down coming up.
Wow, this is a young wide receiver, just a sophomore. He lets the ball get into his shoulder pads, and once that happens, inevitably it's going to find the pad and bounce off it. That's why you practice all those drills of using both your hands, catch it first, and then bring it into your body.
Tonight's game brought to you by Salty Dog Cafe. Get your Salty Dog t-shirt at the Salty Dog T-shirt Factory located at South Beach Marina or on Arrow Road. Also available anytime at www.saltydog.com. Salty Dog Cafe t-shirts will suit you to a T. It'll be 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line. Got time this time and lets it go, but nobody's there. Well, he got rid of that one in a hurry, and unfortunately he didn't have enough time for his receiver to get downfield.
Yeah, he was looking for Kevin Chapin, who plays also on defense as the free safety. He got in a wide receiver route, and they just try to run a straight go and just have Michael Julian give him a chance to throw the ball out there. He did throw it out there pretty good. Nice arm, but no one around it.
Well, we're seeing some free substitutions coming in now. It's because number 22, Jamarcus Mardell, is also in the lineup. He's a sophomore for the Seahawks. Third down coming up. Shotgun formation. It's back to pass. Looks for a screen, and it's picked off. Picked off by number 1. That's B.J. Kitty for Bluffton, and he takes it. He just strolls into the end zone for another Bluffton score.
Well, they try to set up a screen pass here to the right side.
They were on that. That BJ Kitty just did a great job of reading that and reacting to it, and he just went in untouched. Of course, he was only about 5 yards away from the goal line anyhow. We'll have another extra point coming up here. It's 37-0. And again, over 4.5 minutes yet to be played here in the third quarter of play.
I think they're going to kick it. No, they didn't. They throw it again. They're going to run it until they stop it.
And again, they get the 2-point conversion on the little trick play. It's now 39-0 in favor of Bluffton. 4:38 to go in the third quarter. You're watching the Friday Night Football Zone
on WHHI-TV.
H&H Auto Service is the home of the free inspection. H&H has been voted #1 on Hilton Head Island and Small Business of the Year. H&H provides quality service for alignments, preventative and routine maintenance, and much more. Looking for an affordable car? H&H Auto is your full-service dealer. All pre-owned cars are certified and come with a warranty. Everybody rides at H&H Auto because they finance in-house. Whether your car needs to look its best, run its best, or if you just need a new one, count on H&H to get you where you need to go.
We are back here in the Friday Night Football Zone from Seahawks Stadium, where the Bobcats of Bluffton have taken a 39-0 lead here in the third quarter of play. Bluffton will be kicking off, and back deep for Hilton Head. Three backs back there, and it's picked up by, looks like, number 26. 25.
Well, it's a lot easier running down on kickoffs, Dell, when you're ahead by 39 points. And that's what happened here. They got a good deep kick. Ball bounced a little bit, got them out of rhythm. Special teams be able to come down and tackle the returner inside the 30-yard line. Good play by the Bluffton Bobcats special teams. It'll be 1st and 10
at the 29-yard line for Hilton Head. And the Bobcat fans are having a good time of it right now.
Well, they deserve it.
And a timeout is called by Hilton Head as Coach Singleton goes out to talk to the team. You're watching the Friday Night Football Zone
on WHHI-TV.
In the laundry room, Mark Olson is joined by that woman from 3C. He's tried before to engage her.
It's supposed to be kind of windy today.
But today, he's ready.
You heard about McDonald's dollar menu at breakfast?
She's interested. They talk about the savory sausage McMuffin, the hearty sausage burrito, the premium roast coffee, McDonald's dollar menu at breakfast. A common interest. Something to build on.
This could be our song.
Nobody makes breakfast like McDonald's.
We're back. It's 39-0 in favor of the Bobcats. 4:30 to go here in the third quarter of play. And Hilton Head just took over the ball after the kickoff at the 29-yard line. We got a little switch at quarterback. And it looks like Desmond Bush is going to take a direct snap. Or maybe quarterback here. Anyways, Michael Julian is on the sidelines. Coach Singleton not real happy with what was going on there. So Bush takes the direct snap. Oh, there's a big hit in the backfield and a flag down on the play, and Bush is tackled going around the left side. A gain of maybe a yard on the play. And we'll see what the flag is. And Bush.
Well, the corner comes off and takes the pitchman and goes right for the pitchman and just lays him out with a. That's a pretty cheap shot to the jaw.
Yeah, that was. That could have drawn a penalty, but it didn't. And Bush seems to be hurt, too. He's got his helmet off and kind of bending over on the field there. I think his bell rung as well. So we do have a penalty against the Bobcats. You know, these two teams just they don't like each other, and they've been waiting all summer long for this game. So
well, I'll tell you who doesn't like any of this are the coaches. I mean, the last thing they want to see is their team play out of control.
Okay, we had 2 penalties. We had a 5-yard walk-off against Hilton Head, and now we're going to go the other way. Procedure penalty against Hilton Head, a dead ball unsportsmanlike against the Bobcats. So the net is a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it a Walgreens first down at the Hilton Head 39-yard line.
Well, we're not seeing Michael Julian in there now in this drive. They're starting off with Desmond Bush. You know, last year the same thing happened to Bluffton. The exact opposite happened to them, where they lost their starting quarterback and they had to go with Desmond Jenkins as a quarterback for about 2/3 of the season.
Looks like number 8's in there, a quarterback. He pitches it back, and that goes nowhere. That was pitched back to one of the deep men. I'm not sure who that was, but he got his... And more flags on the field on the other side of the field.
This game's getting out of control, Dale. Not only on the scoreboard, but on the field. It's like every play now there's some kind of unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, I'm trying to check my roster here, Chuck, because I can't figure out who number 8 is for the Seahawks, because I don't have him on my roster, but we'll check that out for you. It was just the quarterback there, but now it's going to be Desmond Bush again, looks like, at quarterback, number 14. Let's see which way the flag's going here.
Well,
okay.
Hilton Head's
unsportsmanlike against Hilton Head. Oh boy! So it's 15 yards going the other way. That's going to be a dead ball foul. So it'll be second down, but it'll be 2nd and 25.
Well, you know, Coach Singleton's going to be real unhappy with this. I mean, he's been preaching discipline all preseason long to his players, and if anything, they've lost their discipline out here on the field, Dale.
Well, we've got over a quarter yet to play. It's unbelievable. So we get Desmond Bush taking the direct snap, and we get another flag. Somebody moved. Tonight's game brought to you by Omega Graphics, for graphics, printing, and mailing services all under one roof, and by Kirby Enterprises, professional interior and exterior home painting, pressure washing, and more with guaranteed satisfaction. And by Heaven's Best, for carpet upholstery and house cleaning that's simply Heaven's Best. It's 3rd and a country mile here. Bush takes it. He's going to throw it. He's got a man out there. And did he get it? Oh, looks like it's incomplete. Looks like the defender and the receiver got tangled up, and I think the receiver may have landed either on the ball or on his stomach, and
let's see what happens.
Looks
here.
like he's winded.
His arm gets hit as he releases the ball, so it flutters a little bit. Wide receiver. Well, I guess you're right. I think he landed on top of the ball.
And so he's winded. Well, we're going to have a little injury timeout here. And
that hurts. That's happened to me before. Falling on top of the ball, right in the sternum. It knocks the air right out.
You're watching the Friday Night Football Zone
on WHHI-TV.
I love progress. That's why I have Roadrunner High Speed Online from Time Warner Cable. It's way faster than phone company high-speed DSL. You know those guys still use 100-year-old copper wire technology for their DSL internet? They must hate progress. I mean, who hates progress? Not this guy.
Internet that's way faster than DSL? The phone company doesn't have it. Time Warner Cable does. Get Roadrunner High Speed Online for only $34.95 per month for 12 months.
Take me to 5th and Grand as slowly as possible.
Get me to the airport and don't step on it.
Congress in Maine, and I'm not in a hurry.
The big, bold taste of the Angus 3rd Pounder and the classic taste of the Big Mac. So much flavor, you want to take your time with them.
Whatever you do, don't make that wet.
The simple joy of burgers.
Fact, only an authorized BMW dealer can sell you a BMW certified pre-owned vehicle. HiltonHeadBMW.com. Only an authorized BMW dealer can provide 0.9 APR on nearly all 2007 and 2008 models, including 3, 5, and 7 series. Only an authorized BMW dealer provides BMW's certified pre-owned warranty of up to 6 years, 100,000 miles, plus the remaining full maintenance from BMW.
The ultimate driving machine at Hilton Head BMW, Highway 278 in Bluffton.
Uniform Work and Sport is the Lowcountry's #1 stop for all your athletic uniform and equipment needs. Stop in now for football season and check out the new inventory of football gloves, pads, mouthpieces, shoulder pads, cleats, and so much more. And don't forget that Uniform Work and Sport is the area's #1 Under Armour dealer. Show your team spirit by visiting the fan gear section for Hilton Head Prep, Hilton Head Christian, and Hilton Head High School. Uniform Work and Sport is your year-round home for school uniforms, baseball and softball equipment, lacrosse equipment, and so much more.
Welcome. I'm Sandra Benson, owner of Custom Audio Video,
your technology specialist. Custom Audio Video introduces discrete display mirror televisions. Tired of peeping out of the bathroom door to see the TV in the bedroom? It's a mirror, it's a TV. With Custom Audio Video and Sora, you don't have to choose between beauty and technology, because image is everything. Call Custom Audio Video and let our CDS certified staff show you the latest in innovation. Custom Audio Video, your technology specialist.
Mom calls us her dynamic duo. We turn off lights that aren't being used and other stuff. She says we're saving the planet, but we know we save her gobs of money too. We're saving energy by turning things off. What can you do? Find out at togetherwesave.com.
Find out how little changes add up. Visit palmetto.coop. We are Palmetto Electric Cooperative, your touchstone energy partner.
We're back here at Community Stadium, and got an injured player who's still down on the field, and they're still working on him over by the Bluffton sidelines. It's the receiver for the Hilton Head Seahawks that try to reach for a pass and just seemed to go down kind of awkward, and we're hoping it's just that he got the wind knocked out of him, but they're working on him and have been for some time here. It's 39-0 in favor of Bluffton, and they really have taken this game to Hilton Head here on Hilton Head's home field. This is the first of 2 games this year. This one doesn't really count in the standings for anybody, but it certainly counts in terms of just where it's leaving these teams as they go away from tonight, because one team's going to be sky high and the other team's going to be wondering what in the world is going on.
Well, one thing that happens when you get into these type of situations is that you're never as bad as you think you are. And when you're up 39-0 in the third quarter, you're never as good as you think you are. And that's about the only saving grace I can say here for the Seahawks is, it may be a game film you might want to even skip with your players so that, you don't discourage them too much. But certainly we were expecting a lot more out of the Seahawk offense. It just got out of hand there. Desmond Jenkins just ran away, so to speak, with the game early on in the first half, and it's only gone downhill since then.
It has, in fact, and it's been a struggle for Hilton Head offensively, which is we were both kind of surprised by that, except for the fact that they did start a sophomore quarterback and got a lot of new players on that side of the ball, but usually they can throw the ball down the field pretty well, and again, you've got a lot of sophomore receivers. You've got really just two offensive players starting that were here last year. So we're going to take another break here. This is the Friday Night Football Zone
on WHHI-TV.
I love progress. That's why I have Roadrunner High-Speed Online from Time Warner Cable. It's way faster than phone company high-speed DSL. You know those guys still use 100-year-old copper wire technology for their DSL internet? They must hate progress. I mean, who hates progress? Not this guy.
Internet that's way faster than DSL? The phone company doesn't have it. Time Warner Cable does. Get Roadrunner high-speed online for only $34.95 per month for 12 months.
At 123 Drive Driving Academy, the goal is to help students become confident, cautious, and courteous drivers. They offer high-quality classroom and behind-the-wheel training with friendly, professional, and state-certified instructors who make learning easy and safe. Go to 123drivedrivingacademy.com for more information or call 263-5023 and mention the Friday Night Football Zone to receive $10 off your training session. When you're ready to get in the driver's seat, call 123 Drive Driving Academy. If you are searching for a professional interior and exterior home painting company committed to providing an exceptional job done right the first time, call Kirby Enterprises. Attention to detail, strong work ethics, and old-fashioned integrity makes doing business with Ron and Sean Kirby as easy as it can be. They are also your go-to guys for window cleaning, deck staining, pressure washing, crown molding, and more. Call 304-6111 and get the job done right. Kirby Enterprises. They guarantee it. Don't cut corners on electrical work. Be safe and call Jackson Maintenance and Electrical for new installations, electrical repair, or even if you just need a new fan or lighting fixture installed. Fully licensed, insured, experienced, and local, the Jackson family team provides affordable, friendly service, doing the job right the first time and maintaining a long list of happy clients in Bluffton, Hilton Head, and Sun City. Call 757-3273 for Jackson Maintenance and Electrical.
At Heaven's Best, we've made a name for ourselves by combining unbeatable results with attention to service. Our unique dry in 1 hour process has helped us become the #1 carpet cleaner in America. If you're looking for a clean, trained technician who will give his very best for your home, don't settle for less. Choose Heaven's Best.
For carpet upholstery and house cleaning that's simply Heaven's Best, call 815-2378 today. Island Builders is a full-service general contractor that has specialized in home improvements for 27 years. From new bathrooms, kitchens, windows, and doors to additions, they do it all. Plus, Paul Matheson is a certified green professional, able to incorporate green building principles into his homes without driving up the cost of construction. There's no better time to begin that remodeling project on your list, and there's no better professional to turn to than Paul Matheson with Island Builders of Hilton Head. Call him today at 681-8823.
We are back here in Hilton Head, and we've got a delay here because of an injured player on the field. This is the Friday Night Football Zone coming to you live from Hilton Head High School, where tonight Bluffton is leading 39-0 here, and we still got 4 minutes or 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter of play.
And they've run away with the football game here in the second half. Even though Hilton Head started off with good field position in the second half, down 23-0, they weren't able to do anything with the football and move it, and they turned it over back to the Bobcats, and who took the ball right down the field and scored. Great job. Kudos to the Bluffton Bobcats offensive line. They really came together and blocked well and played well tonight, and I think that's one of the reasons why they're doing so well. We have an ambulance down on the field right now, Dale, that's coming out, and they're going to have to take the player away down on the field right now. But and that's what's holding up the delay. But I think it's a new coach, came in with a new offense, new strategy, and it worked. And this is the first time Bluffton has ever beaten the Bobcat or have beaten the Seahawks. As we switch back down on the field right now, you'll see that the ambulance is out on the field, and they're going to have to take, unfortunately, the player off the field right now. And that's number 10, I believe, that's down on the field for the Seahawks.
Okay, well, as they prepare to get the player off the field, we can talk a little bit. One of the things that kind of struck me is that it really is getting pretty chippy out there. We've had one player ejected already. We've also had a number of unsportsmanlike penalties and a lot of things after the play's over, and it's a shame. And I'm sure both coaches are not happy with that part of it.
Well, you're right about that. And it's the type of thing where you don't want to lose your discipline out on the field, and they certainly both teams really have lost that. So I think it's a type of game. It's the first game of the year. We knew coming in that there'll be some problems, turnovers, penalties, and missed opportunities in the kicking game. And so far, all we've seen is a lot of penalties, and that's and I think you pointed out that was basically due to the motion offense that they were running. A lot of deception out of the Bluffton offense, out of that flex bone, putting a man in motion almost every time, and then running fake draws and fake traps, and then running the triple option off the initial fake to the fullback. Really confused the Seahawks defense, and they never adjusted to it. And then once Desmond Jenkins got the ball in the open field, it was all over.
It was, and Bluffton came in here with a lot of speed, and they utilized it. And then here in the third quarter, we saw that one touchdown drive where they loaded up the backfield with some defensive players, and just a full house backfield, and just pounded it, and again scored pretty easily.
Yeah, they did too, very impressively. I mean, what I'm impressed with is that they were able to put so much of the offense into the Bluffton offense early on in the season. Now, you must mention that they also have a preseason here in South Carolina high school football. They do have 10 practice days in full pads in the spring, and I think with the new coach coming in and putting an off-season training program in place, getting a good preseason or spring football session and coming in and coming together with players that are in shape and wanting to win. They have the more senior players at Bluffton High School than they do at Hilton Head High, and the coach Ken Cribbs has done a great job.
Well, and it shows on the scoreboard, and that's I guess the final marking is there's a 39-0 score. And again, we're still here in the third quarter. They're still working on the player on the field. They've got an ambulance out there. It didn't seem like he was injured terribly at the time, but look, I almost thought he'd fell on the ball and winded himself. But obviously it's something a little more serious than that, and they want to take every precaution. And so we're going to take a break here, and we'll be back on the Friday Night Football Zone
on WHHI-TV.
I love progress. That's why I have Roadrunner High Speed Online from Time Warner Cable. It's way faster than phone company high-speed DSL. You know those guys still use 100-year-old copper wire technology for their DSL internet? They must hate progress. I mean, who hates progress? Not this guy.
Internet that's way faster than DSL? The phone company doesn't have it. Time Warner Cable does. Get Roadrunner High Speed Online for only $34.95 per month for 12 months.
Take me to 5th and Grand as slowly as possible.
Get me to the airport and don't step on it.
Congress in Maine, and I'm not in a hurry.
The big, bold taste of the Angus Third Pounder and the classic taste of the Big Mac. So much flavor, you'll want to take your time with them.
Whatever you do, don't make that wet.
The simple joy of burgers.
At 123 Drive Driving Academy, the goal is to help students become confident, cautious, and courteous drivers. They offer high-quality classroom and behind-the-wheel training with friendly, professional, and state-certified instructors who make learning easy and safe. Go to 123drivedrivingacademy.com for more information, or call 263-5023 and mention the Friday Night Football Zone to receive $10 off your training session. When you're ready to get in the driver's seat, call 123 Drive Driving Academy. Don't cut corners on electrical work. Be safe and call Jackson Maintenance and Electrical for new installations, electrical repair, or even if you just need a new fan or lighting fixture installed. Fully licensed, insured, experienced, and local, the Jackson family team provides affordable, friendly service, doing the job right the first time and maintaining a long list of happy clients in Bluffton, Hilton Head, and Sun City. Call 757-3273 for Jackson Maintenance and Electrical.
For graphics, printing, and mailing services all under one roof, Omega Graphics is your only source on the island. We're local, environmentally friendly, and save our customers time and money.
We use Omega Graphics exclusively for our publication needs, and Omega Graphics helps us deliver that quality product the 15th of every month. We are very pleased with the services of Omega Graphics.
Call us for all your design, print, and mailing needs at 342-6360.
We are back here at the community stadium, and Robbie Ulio is the injured player for Hilton Head. He's being taken off in an ambulance. Seemed to be responsive, so then we think he'll probably be okay, but they want to take every precaution as always. So we had quite a bit of a break here. It's 3:11 here to go in the third quarter of play. It's 39-0 in favor of Bluffton. We've got... looks like it's going to be fourth down coming up here. But
this is going to be tough for the players to come back. We've had about a 20-25 minute break here, Dale, for to remove the player off the field. It's almost like you should give them a chance to go through a little warm up, sort of like they do after the between halves, and because just to go out there and go to from a dead run, just come right out on the field. I don't think it could result in some more injuries in some of the players.
Right. Well, it's going to be fourth down coming up for Hilton Head, and they'll be punting. Chuck, this is my rookie game, my first game of the season. I've seen everything already. We were rained out last night, and tonight, we're playing, and we got I don't know how many penalties. There's got to be 30 or 35 penalties so far.
You know what an initiation is here up in the booth. You got to sing that salty dog jingle before you get off the air. Otherwise, you're not in the club.
Well, if I start singing, then everyone will be turning off their TV sets. We don't want that to happen. By the way, folks, we really would like you to help us support the local businesses who make this broadcast possible. Without them, it just wouldn't happen. And we love bringing you this Friday night football zone and these great teams here, Hilton Head and Bluffton tonight. And next week we've got Beaufort coming here to Hilton Head. That'll be at 7:30 next Friday. Tonight's game actually will be replayed later tonight after the initial broadcast, and also you'll be able to see it tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. So if you want to see the replays, it'll be on tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. Again, tonight's game brought to you by McDonald's Restaurants of Bluffton and Hilton Head. Cool down with a refreshing smoothie from McDonald's, available in wild berry or strawberry banana, just $22.29 for a small size. McDonald's, I'm loving it. And by Time Warner Cable, the power of you. All right, we got the teams are getting back organized here, and I think both teams, it's a nice gesture. I think they both took the time to kneel down and do a little prayer, and nobody wants to see anyone get hurt out there, and certainly Robbie, just a sophomore, and I'm sure he'll be back soon. They're going to start the clock, and we're rolling here. So it's fourth down, and Julian is in to punt for Hilton Head. High snap, but he pulls it down and kicks it away. He hits it about the 40, and Bluffton lets it roll out to the 49-yard line, and we've got another penalty. A flag down anyhow, and another flag. And now looks like a couple of holding penalties, but that referee's throwing the flags right at the players now.
They hit the player. And I'm surprised he had two flags. He threw one. I guess he's got one to mark the ball, and the other one is the penalty flag.
Well, Coach Cripps is not going to be happy with that, because he had told him, just let it go and let the ball die out there. And so for someone to be holding on the play is kind of silly. But in any event, it's 2:53 to go here in the third quarter. Bluffton will take over, 1st and 10.
That'll just drive a coach crazy. I played for Marv Levy, who was one of the best special team coaches in the NFL. Marv was a special teams coach when he saw the Redskins, the Chiefs, and the Buffalo Bills. And so you would take certain returns like that where you're way ahead. You just tell all the players, hey, give us the ball, get away, don't do anything. Just let it bounce and roll. You don't have to try to block anybody. You're giving it to us, so let them give it to us.
Okay, the wing tee once back on the field, and here's a handoff. Looks like the ball is stripped and comes out. I'm not sure. Looks like Bluffton recovered it, a gain of maybe 3 on the play. Actually had lost yardage until the ball was stripped and then it fell forward. So the ball will be at the 45-yard line where it'll be second down.
Well, that's Desmond Jenkins who got stripped of the ball that time. He showboated a little bit on that last 2-point conversion at the goal line. I don't think that's such a wise thing to do. These guys catch up to the defenses always catch up to offensive players.
And they don't forget, that's for sure. There's again the handoff to Desmond, and he's dragged down from behind. Looked like it was Taylor Place on the stop there, number 53 for Hilton Head.
And he's getting up limping too. Just what I thought, without any warm-ups there, they're gonna have to. I'd get him off the field. I keep him off the field right now. He's limping off, getting number 8's limping off the field. I'd call it a night for him right now.
Well, Stoner's still at quarterback, and now he's got some new wing backs back there with him. Muhammad Abdul Malik is back there as one of the wing backs. And a lot of things happened there, but except the center forgot to snap the ball. C.J. Johnson, number 25, is also in the backfield. So it's Johnson and Abdul Malik as the wing backs. And I think they probably just are replacing speed with speed.
Well, they still have their first team offensive line in there. That's Tilson, number 76. Castillo, number 69. Nicolai, number 60. Chittum, number 62. And Soko, number 50.
And they hand it off to the fullback, coming right up the middle. And that's going to be Zachary Scott. And Scott takes it down across the 50 to about the 49-yard line. It'll be fourth down, and we're going to call it 2. About 30 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. And it looks like Bluffton's going to go for it. And now we got a timeout. Timeout is called by Bluffton. With 17 seconds to go here in the third quarter play. The score, Bluffton 39, Hilton Head nothing. You're watching the Friday Night Football Zone.
On WHHI-TV.
And we're going to keep it right here, Chuck. And we'll just keep rolling here.
Well, I think it's time for you to sing the jingle. Do you know it yet? I mean, this is initiation right.
How about if we sing our?
How about we need to sing the Sawney Dog jingle?
How about if we sing our college fight songs?
There you go. All right. How's it go? You Notre Dame?
Oh,
Tell me a few bars, please.
You're going to hear that a lot this season. Trust me, especially if they start winning this year.
Yeah, there's the if factor.
Tonight's game brought to you by Salty Dog Cafe. Get your Salty Dog t-shirt at the Salty Dog T-Shirt Factory, located at South Beach Marina or on Arrow Road. Also available anytime at www.saltydog.com. Salty Dog Cafe t-shirts will suit you to a T. Fourth down. And a little bit of motion there. That's got to be a record for most penalties in a game. It's certainly most penalties in a game that I've broadcast with you. That's going to take 5 yards, move them 5 yards back. It'll be fourth and about 7 now.
Well, this is a really interesting formation. I like this. They're taking the defense. They're substituting back out, but they took the defense. They're going to punt the ball, but they took 3 defensive linemen and lined them up as running backs, and just run the ball up the middle. Very creative.
Well, Kevin Champion's going to go back deep for Hilton Head to receive the kick, and that's going to end the third quarter play. We've played 3 here at Seahawks Stadium. The score, the Bobcats 39, the Seahawks nothing. You're watching the Friday Night Football Zone
on WHHI-TV.
Island Builders is a full-service general contractor that has specialized in home improvements for 27 years. From new bathrooms, kitchens, windows, and doors to additions, they do it all. Plus, Paul Matheson is a certified green professional, able to incorporate green building principles into his homes without driving up the cost of construction. There's no better time to begin that remodeling project on your list, and there's no better professional to turn to than Paul Matheson with Island Builders of Hilton Head. Call him today at 681-8823. If you are searching for a professional interior and exterior home painting company committed to providing an exceptional job done right the first time, call Kirby Enterprises. Attention to detail, strong work ethics, and old-fashioned integrity makes doing business with Ron and Sean Kirby as easy as it can be. They are also your go-to guys for window cleaning, deck staining, pressure washing, crown molding, and more. Call 304-6111 and get the job done right. Kirby Enterprises. They guarantee it.
We're back here at Hilton Head. Bluffton punting. And that ball's going to go out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. So Hilton Head will take over 1st and 10 at their own 26. And 11, we just started the fourth quarter. It's 39-0 in favor of Bluffton. I can see a few of the Hilton Head faithful filtering out here. It's been kind of one-sided and unfortunately rather flag-filled as well. So it's been kind of a long night.
Well, this is where you make the team. Fourth quarter, down 39-0. Let's find out who's going to play. Michael Julian comes back into the lineup. So I think Coach Singleton, this is your scrimmage now. Let's find out.
I just saw the referee just wound the clock, so he's got the clock running. So maybe running time or something. There may be some rule to that effect. But at any rate, Julian's back in there, quarterback. And he rolls out to his left. Now throws it. He's got a man open. And the ball is incomplete. It was caught, juggled, and dropped. And that is number 11. That's Adam Orishak. So it'll be second down coming up for the Seahawks.
And they come out in a spread formation this time. And, it's a little bit like what they run at the University of Nevada. They call it the pistol, where the tailback is behind the quarterback. So when the tailback's behind the quarterback in the shotgun, it's no longer a shotgun. It's a pistol, and that's the type of offense they're running.
They have this many names when you were playing, Chuck?
We had a name for everything. That's a pistol they're running right there.
Second down. Again, looking to throw the ball, and he's grabbed and pulled down. That's number 54 pulled him down. Michael Grant. And third and long coming up.
Be nice if somebody put a block on Michael Grant. There's some real confusion in the Seahawks offensive line, and that's the reason why 54 came right up the middle.
Now, he's hard to miss, but he obviously got by a number of potential blockers.
Well, there's been probably the dominating player defensively for Bluffton's been number 1, Kitty. He's the guy that got the interception and ran it in for a touchdown, but he's been a thorn in the side of the Seahawks all night long.
3rd and 17 now. 3rd and 21, rather, as the Seahawks are going the wrong way. Shotgun formation. Again, the snap and the pitch. And they try and run a little pitch out here to the left, and gain of a couple on the play. That was Beck on the carry. And he takes it out across the 20. It'll bring up 4th down at about the 21-yard line.
And B.J. Kitty was in on a tackle again. He's a senior, 6'3", 200 pounds. And he's the guy that has really disrupted the offense. As I said in the pregame show, what usually wins games early in the year are players that dominate a certain position. Certainly Desmond Jenkins has done that, and B.J. Kitty has done that at defensive end, where if you can't stop them, they're just going to make a long night for you. They certainly have for the Seahawks tonight.
4th down, the Seahawks will be punting. Julian gets it away after picking up a low snap, and the ball just bounds across the 50 to about the 46-yard line, where it'll be downed, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. Tonight's game brought to you by 123 Drive Driving Academy. When you're ready to get in the driver's seat, call 123 Drive Driving Academy and mention the Friday Night Football Zone to receive $10 off on your training session.
Well, Dale, you're right. They're going to running time. We no longer have a clock that's going to stop. It's in running time.
Okay, well, that'll speed things up. We've got 8:10 to go, and the clock is running. Some players coming out late now. So we're trying to get some new players into the ball game. Bobcats, we've got a timeout called by Bluffton. I'm not sure if they had enough players out there, so timeout on the field. With a timeout on the field, you're watching the Friday Night Football Zone
on WHHI-TV.
Fact. Only an authorized BMW dealer can sell you a BMW certified pre-owned vehicle. HiltonHeadBMW.com. Only an authorized BMW dealer can provide 0.9 APR on nearly all 2007 and 2008 models, including 3, 5, and 7 series. Only an authorized BMW dealer provides BMW's certified pre-owned warranty of up to 6 years, 100,000 miles, plus the remaining full maintenance from BMW.
The ultimate driving machine at Hilton Head BMW, Highway 278 in Bluffton.
Right now, I'm dominating, but Ed's trying to throw me off my game. I know because I have caller ID on PC with Time Warner Cable. Phone rings, number pops up. Phone company doesn't have it. Also, I get home voicemail to email. It's like living in the future. Hopefully not a future dominated by cyborg wolf spiders. But if it is, call this guy.
Caller ID on PC? The phone company doesn't have it. Time Warner Cable does. Get digital home phone from Time Warner Cable for only $19.95 per month for 12 months.
We're back at Hilton Head. They score 39-0 in favor of the Bobcats. And on the first down play, the Bobcats picked up about 6 yards on the play, taking it across the 50 into Hilton Head territory. It'll be second down and about 4 yards to go. Bobcats in the wing, and there's the handoff to number 25. That's C.J. Johnson. Johnson takes it across the 40-yard line, inside the 40 to about the 38. That'll be enough for a Walgreens first down. 7 minutes and running. We're in running time now. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. Again, I'm really impressed with this quarterback. He's just run a great offense here tonight. Handoff is up the middle to Zachary Scott. He picks up about 6 yards on the play, bringing up second down. Ball's on the 31-yard line of the Seahawks. It'll be second down and about 3 yards to go. 6:18 and counting. Again, the inside handoff to number 25, and that's C.J. Johnson. Johnson, he's a senior, and he takes it inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line. That's close to a first down. He takes it to about the 28-yard line, and no signal from the officials, so I assume it's 3rd and inches. 3rd and inches here, 5:40 to go. Handoff right up the middle. And that's going to be across the 25-yard line to about the 24. Again, the Bobcats just running out the clock here now. That's going to be another Walgreens first down at the 24, call it the 23-yard line of the Seahawks. We're coming down to 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, 39-0 in favor of Bluffton. Next week, we've got Beaufort visiting here at Hilton Head High School, and Chuck and I will be doing that game here starting 7:30 next Friday night. There's a handoff right up the middle once again, and again, the fullback just takes it straight ahead. That was Zachary Scott. And now we've got, looks like the big boys are coming in. The speed boys are going out. The big boys are coming in the backfield. And I think we're going to see them just pounding it right up the middle.
Well, what they're doing is they're getting some practice, short yardage practice in. Now they got their big lineup in there, and they're going through it's just a practice. Not a bad idea.
Yeah, right up the middle, stopped by Hunter Anderson, and Hunter's still playing his heart out there. He goes both ways, and just, he's having a tough game, and I'm sure, this one hurts. Yeah, Justin Keller's coming in for him, number 63. Yeah, it's third down, and a little miscommunication in the backfield. We've got a penalty, looks like procedure against Bluffton, but they're going to keep the clock running. 5-yard walk-off here. So that'll take it back outside the 20 to about the 24-yard line. Still third down.
Yeah, I think we should talk about next week's game. I mean, that we've got Hilton Head High School. Just tonight is just a terrible debacle. I'm sure Coach Stimson would like to forget about this, and so would his players. But next week they got to come back here in 6 nights and play Beaufort High School.
That's going to be a tough one. Beaufort's got a great program up there, and they're coming down here, and there's a pass complete out there at about the 10-yard line, and I'm sure they weren't expecting to see a pass this late in the game, but again, it's kind of at this point kind of a practice, and now we've got a flag. We've got illegal substitution, I believe. I'm not quite sure what that signal was, but it's against Bluffton.
Well, if you look at the Bluffton schedule next week, they play at Ridgeland. We televised that game last year with Ridgeland when they lost 13-9. So if they're going back on their revenge trail, this is an opportunity for Bluffton to take on another school that they owe a little bit to.
Right. Well, they've got they've got next week they're at Ridgeland. I think the following week they're away also. They don't go home until like the 10th of September. So they've got first 3 games are on the road, and then I'm sure they're going to have quite a homestand coming up too. So this is going to be a tough team and a team to deal with in the division.
Well, I'd like to see what's going to happen throughout the season. The last game of the year is playing Hilton Head High School out in Bluffton. So we'll be able to judge what kind of improvement we'll have. The improvement in football teams usually occur early in the season, from the first to the second game or the second to the third game. That's when you see the most improvement in your football team. The younger players get some more experience, they get some playing time, everybody gets a couple more weeks of practice, a couple more repetitions, and that's where things start to gel. So you can usually tell what kind of football team you have after the second or third game of the year. And that's what Hilton Head's going to have to focus on, is getting better from game 1 to game 2.
Well, they stopped them there on 4th down, so it's now going to be Hilton Head's ball, 1st and 10, 55 seconds and running. Clock is running. They'll probably be able to get off 1, maybe 2 plays here before we close things out. So just want to say, Chuck's been great working with you tonight, and I had a lot of fun.
It was too. It's a shame it got out of hand a little bit, Dale, at in the third quarter. But there's a lot that we learned tonight about the Hilton Head team and about Bluffton. And certainly, if anything, with a new coach, new offense, new attitude, the Bluffton Bobcats have proven that their off-season program and getting a new coach has really paid off for that high school.
Well, it has. The clock is running down. Now we're down to about 10 seconds, and it's going to run off. And Bluffton's going to take this one by a count of 39-0. Their speed really showed tonight. I want to thank once again for making this possible tonight, McDonald's Restaurants of Bluffton and Hilton Head. Cool down with a refreshing smoothie from McDonald's, available in wild berry or strawberry banana for just $2.29 for a small size. McDonald's, I'm loving it. And especially Time Warner Cable, the power of you. Well, this has been Dale Planica along with Chuck Sabek. And, Chuck, this has been a great first game, and I look forward to the next one.
Look forward to Beaufort High next week, Dale.
You're watching the Friday Night Football Zone
on WHHI-TV.